Okay, show the last video. Shalom, 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 family. We back. We're gonna start back with the last video that was played. We're gonna play that over, listen to that, and continue on. I kind of a little bit lost my train of thought, but the spirit will pick me up. I got my notes. The spirit will pick me back up. So play that last video, Salakia.
So interesting to me because one thing that I cannot understand, and I just need someone anywhere to explain it to me. Why is it a problem for a woman to submit to her husband, but it's not a problem for her to submit to her boss? She will submit to a job. She will submit to her supervisor. She will submit and commit to a job so that she can collect a paycheck every 2 weeks.
She will take off her bonnet for the job.
Exactly. But when it comes to your husband, when it comes to even in many cases, your children, because you have single mothers who choose jobs over their children. Okay. Why is that okay? But when it comes to a job, you don't question it. Without a single shadow of a doubt, you will go ahead on and do what that boss says and commit to the terms of the contract you have with your job or whatever your duties are to your job and forgo the whole household. The word submissive and submission is so interesting to me because one thing that I cannot understand, and I just need someone anywhere to explain it to me. Why is it a problem for a woman to submit to her husband, but it's not a problem for her to submit to her boss? She will submit to a job. She will submit to her supervisor. She will submit and commit to a job so that she can collect a paycheck every 2 weeks.
She will take off her bonnet for the job.
Exactly. But when it comes to your husband, when it comes to even in many cases, your children, because you have single mothers who choose jobs over their children. Okay. Why is that okay? But when it comes to a job, you don't question it. Without a single shadow of a doubt, you will go ahead on and do what that boss says and commit to the terms of the contract you have with your job or whatever your duties are to your job and forgo the whole household. The word submissive.
All right, that's it. All right, everybody heard that, Khan?
Gone.
See, damn it, I could hear y'all on Zoom, God damn it.
That's right.
God. All right, go to check this out, right? Now notice what the sister said. She said you won't submit to the so-called black man, the Israelite man, but you will submit to your boss on your job. Now let's not get simple. Of course, your job, if you're a wife that happens to work, you wanna Salakia, didn't even know what. What are y'all talking about? Oh, Salakia.
You on mute, Elder. Hey.
In my DMX voice, here we go again. Satan just acting up today. But anyway, Salakia, right? So this is a panel with Dr. Boyce Watkins. I watch him sometime. He got some good points sometime about our people. He deals with a lot of financial things, investing, things of that nature. You take the meat, spit out the bones, whatever. But they're saying, okay, you won't submit to your man, but you will submit to your boss. So now, two things with that, right? For an Israelite woman and a true so-called Black, Latino, Native American, Seminole, Indian women, of course, common sense. Your job is your livelihood. If you work in a two-income household, whatever the dynamic is, if you make more than your husband or you had this job before y'all met, whatever the dynamic is, you work at a job with Esau. We understand, of course, the scriptures say, let every soul obey the higher powers. That goes without saying. You know, you'll say, well, I have to listen to my boss. That's my job. Right? I got to listen to my boss. That's my job. That's how I make my money. Especially if the woman, she's going to especially feel like that Number one, because she wants to respect her job and keep her livelihood. But number two, if she's contributing largely financially to the household. Of course, I have to keep my job because this is part of how we're living. This is helping us to survive, whatever the financial situation is of the household. You understand that? What the sisters are saying here is, of course, you can submit to your boss because he gives you a paycheck. So why not that much more for your husband that's your head and your leader? And you're not sleeping with your boss unless you are, you're playing a harlot, because a lot of that goes on with our people.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. Huh?
Yeah. Hard to say, yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of that go on.
Hopefully not with Sisters in the Truth. I hope you're not committing adultery with your Edomite boss at the job or your Jake boss. Because listening to Jake is like listening to Esau, because most of the time Esau runs the show. He'll put a black face up there, but he runs the show. So what the sisters is saying is, okay, we know, number one, you got to submit because that's your livelihood. And number two, you're going to submit because that's your livelihood. You have no problem. Plus, that's your slave master. It goes back to the Willie Lynch. I was listening to the white man because he's got power. Ain't nobody got to respect you, Negro. You a slave. That go back to the plantation. But the sisters are saying how much more your husband that you come home to every night, you have children with, if y'all have children, you've been married to for so many years. This is the man that's probably going to be with you for the rest of your life. And if you believe in Yahweh Shai and this truth, may hopefully go with you into the kingdom. So that's what the sisters are saying, so nobody gets simple. Hosea 2 and 6. Hosea 2 and 5, Salakia. Hosea chapter 2, verse 5. Now this is the Lord using Hosea to compare Israel's idolatry and wickedness to whoredom, to actual whoredom. But it's going to say something here. Check this out. Hosea 2 and 5.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 2, verse 5. For their mother have played the harlot. She that conceived them have done shamefully.
Have done what?
Shamefully.
She have done shamefully. And a lot of these women, they will. They are dealing with these white men and playing a harlot. And y'all seen the movie, Tyler Perry movie, The Family That Prays? With Sanaa Lathan? Watch that movie. A lot of these women are doing that. Right, go ahead.
For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my drink.
I'm going to go after my lover.
Mm.
A lot of our women of our nation, they respect the white man because what? He says, they say that give me my bread. What's the slang term for money?
Bread.
Bread. So that mentality a lot of time is, nigga, this who's giving me my money, I gotta listen to him. Gun? He's the one giving me my money. Right? It said, I will go after my lovers. What are these divester women say? You black man can't do nothing for me. I'm going after the white man, the Chinese. They can give me the soft life. So a lot of times they respect Esau and his kingdom more than they're gonna respect you. You ain't got no power. You ain't ruling nothing. You ain't got a business district with your brothers and your nation. So a lot of times this Western civilization, I'm going deep here. A lot of times sisters do it subconsciously. They naturally respect Esau and his kingdom because they look at it as Esau is my true provider. Okay?
Gone.
Gone.
I'm going to go deeper. A lot of these women, even if you got money, a lot of these women feel like, look, so-called black man, Hispanic, Native American, if I leave you, the white man's system will take care of me. They'll give me a job. I'm a black woman. They'll give me a job. They'll look out for me. I don't need you. A lot of times they so rebellious and proud. They'll feel like even if you got it like that, I ain't got to listen to you because I can always go to master. Read it again from the top. Hosea 2 and 5. Everybody
For their
understand?
mother, gone.
Go ahead.
For their mother have played the harlot. She that conceived them have done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my drink.
Right, I'm going after my lovers. I'm a divester. I'm going to the other nations. They provide for me. They give me the soft life. They give me that money I want. They give me the material things I want. So they think. So these curses run deep. So what the sisters are saying is they're just saying on a humble tip, hey, if you respect your white boss at the job, why not respect your husband at home? But it's a psychological thing. It's a Western civilization. It's conditioning. It's slavery. It's break the so-called black, Latino, Native American man and show his woman that we got the power. So a lot of times sisters do it without even a conscience. You know what I'm saying? You talking for 5 minutes. Oh, I wish this nigga shut up. He talks so long. Oh my God, I can't. But guess what? If they at their job, the white man could talk nonsense for 2 hours. Guess what? They got to sit there. We got a mandatory meeting. And they might say in their mind, oh man, I wish he shut up. But you better not, damn near better not say it to your boy. You better not say it out loud. And you know how Esau is, huh?
No, I was gonna say, well, they smile at the meetings. They
Yeah,
laugh at
they
everything.
smile. Yeah, the company meeting,
His
they
jokes
smiling
that
at.
ain't funny. Yeah, his jokes ain't funny. They still laughing.
Right. They smiling at the company meeting, and that's for 2 hours, and Esau's talking gibberish. And then, that was a good meeting, Peter. Yeah. But even some sisters, because I've heard sisters, oh, I had this stupid meeting at my job. We had to sit there and listen to this dummy for. But you better not say that to Esau. You better not say that out loud. You going to sit there and deal with it because he give you your bread, your water, your wool, your flax, your oil, and your drink. That's master.
And your drink.
And you know if you do rebel, Esau got the power to fire you. You dare to tell a white man he talking too long. But a lot of times I've counseled couples. I've experienced it myself. All right, what's the problem? Okay, she expressed herself for 20 minutes. You go to say something for 5. Oh, would you hurry up? I want to make a point. Oh my God. You talk so long. No patience. No patience for the man of her nation. But like Gabar, I said, we'll sit there and listen to Esau's corny jokes. Esau jokes be corny as hell. And we'll sit there for 2 hours. Oh, the manager, he was so funny today. So a lot of times it's a power thing. It's a westernized civilization, worldly, this kingdom power thing. I ain't gotta listen to you, Negro. You ain't got no power. I don't give a damn how much money, whatever you got set up. Some of these women hate their own men so much, they don't even care about the material things. I'm just not gonna listen. Salakia, I'm just not listening to you, Negro. I'll listen to the white man, though. I'll listen to Master, though. Right, read on. Hosea 2 and 6 now.
Done. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with horns and make a wall that she shall not find her paths.
Meaning this kingdom is going to start failing. Right? This kingdom is going to start failing a lot of these women. They're not going to be able to look to Esau's system for power anymore. They're going to have to bow down and respect the men of their nation. But that's going to come on a higher level when this system collapses. They're not going to have a choice. Right? Hold Hosea. Go to Isaiah 32 and 9. It gets deep, y'all. We got to go into the psychological reasons for these things also. And unfortunately, I've heard stories of this in the truth. You know, that's why we're dealing with this. I've heard the stories. Elder, she don't respect me. I go out there, work 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And I got to come home and get disrespected. So these problems exist amongst our nation. Submit yourself. Get yourself in order, sisters, before the Most High have to get you in order. All right, Isaiah 32 and 9.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Yeah, the Lord said, rise up, ye women that are at ease. You at ease in Babylon's kingdom because Eve, she made the deal with the serpent from the beginning in the garden. So she's at ease in the enemy's kingdom, right? But now a lot of them not. What they say, 300,000 sisters lost their jobs in corporate America? 300,000 black women last year or something like that? So it's coming down now. And you starting to see more, and more. Not to gloat or anything, but that's the Most High. You starting to see these sisters coming on crying. I can't survive no more. I can't pay my rent. I can't work. I'm a single mother. That's these curses, man. These curses are coming down. But a lot of this the Lord is doing to humble our women. Because you proud as hell in this system. So the Most High got to bring you down. He got to humble you. Right? Come on.
Done. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Yeah, hold on. I can go get another job. I don't even need this nigga and his money. I've heard that many times. A lot of times these women are so proud. In the truth, out of the truth, I don't need you for nothing, nigga. I can go out there and get my own. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. It's about to be uneasy for your ass real quick. Real soon, it's about to be uneasy for you. Right? Come on.
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
Yeah, they without a care, man. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. A lot of our women of our nation, they move carelessly. Hear my voice, you careless daughters, the Lord said. Right, come on.
Give ear unto my speech.
Meaning what? Stop trusting in the white man's system and this kingdom and hear ye the word of the Lord. Humble yourselves. Right, come on.
Many days and years shall ye be troubled.
Good.
Ye careless women.
Good.
For the vintage shall fail.
The vintage shall fail.
Gathering.
The vintage shall fail. The job's going to be starting to get cut off. Come on.
The gathering shall not come.
The gathering shall not come. All that pride, all that materialistic pride you have is going to start being shut down, which makes a lot of times, which makes you rebel against the man of your own nation, your husband or whatever the case may be. Come on.
Tremble, ye women that are at ease.
Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Come on.
Be troubled, ye careless ones.
Come on.
Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins.
See that? The Lord says suffering is coming. So tremble, get yourself together, repent and keep the commandments and humble yourself. And if you are married, submit to your husband in righteousness and as fit to the Lord. But beware, because the Most High is coming for you if you don't repent. Okay?
Done.
All right, go back to Hosea 2 and 6 now. Everybody understand that? The Most High ain't playing, man. He said, rise up, ye women that are at ease. A lot of times the lack of submission and pride comes from you think being comfortable in this world, being comfortable in his kingdom. The white man lets you be his good little Negro bed wench. Not literally, but a lot of times he'll put you in these different positions. Sometimes literally. But we just saying in general, hopefully that ain't happening with no sister, the truth. But I've counseled, and I've seen situations even in Israel where a lot of these women are proud still because they're connected to Esau's kingdom and system and his financial setup as far as jobs, businesses, or whatever, and they're prideful to their husbands. Because look, Negro, you ain't got no power here. And even if you got a little bit of money, you still ain't got the money and the power that Master got. So I really ain't got to listen to you. It's a curse. It's a curse of rebellion and disorder amongst our household family structure. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. Hosea 2, verse 7. And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them.
The Lord says she's going to follow after her lust. She's going to try to hold on to Esau's kingdom, but it's not going to work. If the devil in his kingdom is falling, how you going to run and try to hold on to him? Right? Come on.
And she shall seek them, but shall not find them.
She shall seek them. Meaning a lot of these women of our nation, they're going to seek for that strength from Esau's kingdom, but they're not going to find it. Right? Come on.
Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband. For then was it better with me than now.
See that? They're going to say, look, we better turn back to the men of our nation, because trying to be and bow down to these men of these other nations, it ain't working. Right? Come on.
For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal.
Right. Like I said, the Lord is using Israel's idolatry as a form. Because remember, the Lord said he's married to us. So when we commit idolatry, it's a form of spiritual fornication. So he's using an actual woman and her fornication as a comparison to Israel's idolatry. But he said, listen, going after these other nations and their gods and following them is like Israel bowing down to Baal and these idols of these other nations. And the women committing whoredom, that's what you're doing. So now she's going to return back to her true and living God. And in turn, returning back to her true and living God, she has to return back to the man of her nation and respect him and submit to him. Because part of submitting to the most high power of Israel, Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushai, is coming in order under the laws and submitting to the man and the husband of your nation. Right, read on.
Which is her head.
Right, which is her head, kind. Right, go ahead.
Done. Verse 9. Therefore will I return and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness.
Go ahead.
And now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand.
Check that out. The Lord said, I'm going to discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver out of mine hand. So it's allegorical. It's like a comparing the behavior of Israel's idolatry to harlotry, to the sins of the women of our nation when they engage in harlotry with the other nations. There's a little bit of that all in there when you get the understanding. But that's what the Lord is saying. I'm going to discover your sin in the sight of your lovers, meaning the other nations, and those that you thought gave you your oil, your wine, and your flax or whatever, but it was really the Most High. you better return to your first love, your true and living power, which is the Most High. And in returning to that, like Gabar, I said, you return to your head, which is the true men of your nation. Once everything gets back in order and starts to get back in order like it is in these last days. Khan?
God.
All right, play another video. Play another one of them submission videos. I think it's one more. I can't really talk with y'all on the comments right now because I'm trying to concentrate on the class. All right, I can't really chat with y'all on the comments because I'm trying to pay attention to the class. So if y'all want to say something, raise your hand. It'll be better to just say it than to type it because I got to come out to look at the comments. God, let that brother drop that jewel.
Institution, like a job, a corporate, a boss, over submission to a man.
Their livelihood. They understand they have to work for something. And they understand that in order for them to continue being a strong, independent woman, they're going to have to concede. Otherwise, they're going to be a strong-ass, broke, independent woman. They understand that there are rules and regulations. See, relationships are a lot more abstract when it comes to women because they believe their feelings should be valued. Jobs don't tell you, hey, we value your input. Jobs tell you, do this fucking work. Get this shit done or you fired. You don't make no money. When you're dealing with a man, you can have an input. You have a say-so. You have a, I don't like what you did. I don't like that. She can't say that on the job. She can say that to a man, though. And that's why I say you can listen to your boss because he pays you, but you're not willing to listen to your man, but he pays you in affection. He pays you in attention. He pays you in love. So if you want those things and you want to continue to get those things, then why wouldn't you see it as absolutely valuable and necessary to be willing to submit?
Why are women more comfortable with submitting to
No, let it play again. Play it again.
an institution,
Yeah, come on. You
like
got to
a job, a corporate, a boss, over submission to a man?
Their life.
Start it over. You got to play that one a second time.
Why are women more comfortable with submitting to an institution, like a job, a corporate, a boss, over submission to a man?
Their livelihood. They understand they have to work for something. And they understand that in order for them to continue being a strong, independent woman, they're going to have to concede. Otherwise, they're going to be a strong-ass, broke, independent woman. They understand that there are rules and regulations. See, relationships are a lot more abstract when it comes to women because they believe their feelings should be valued. Jobs don't tell you, hey, we value your input. Jobs tell you, do this fucking work. Get this shit done or you fired. You don't make no money. When you're dealing with a man, you can have an input. You have a say-so. You have a, I don't like what you did. I don't like that. She can't say that on the job. She can say that to a man, though. And that's why I say you can listen to your boss because he pays you, but you're not willing to listen to your man, but he pays you in affection. He pays you in attention. He pays you in love. So if you want those things and you want to continue to get those things, then why wouldn't you see it as absolutely valuable and necessary to be willing to submit?
Why are women more comfortable with submitting to an institution, like a job?
Right? So y'all see that, right? He broke it down. He said, listen, the job says F you, do what I tell you, or you're fired. You don't get a paycheck. But he's saying the husband pays you in affection and love. And it's not always about a material thing. Because some women say, well, you know, a lot of these women are, well, pay all my bills. I'll do whatever you tell me. But notice how the brother broke it down on a spiritually affectionate level. Okay? I guess not. Right? You see how he broke it down on a different level. So, yes, again, depending on the situation, they might say, well, I have to work because I got to pay my bills. I got to provide. I got to provide for us. You know, we got to live, or whatever the dynamic may be. But still, the brother brought another spin to it. He was like, yeah, you're going to listen because the job says you don't have an opinion at the job. The job don't really give a damn how you feel. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn what you think, how you feel. They might have a suggestion box, or they might have a meeting and say, hey, Geraldine, what do you think? Or Elizabeth, what do you think? Whatever. I'm just picking any female name. But really, at the end of it, especially Esau don't give a damn about your feelings. Bring your ass to work, do your job, get your paycheck, and that's it. But like he said with a man, well, I feel, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of husbands love your wives, because you got to hear them out and say, hey, if they got a concern or something's troubling them, let me try to address that, and let me put in the work to try to fix it. Right? That doesn't make you a simp or weak. I want to fix the problem within my marriage. That's what a real man does. But the brother brought it on, I like how the brother brought it on a spiritual level. He said, your man pays you in affection, love, and things of that nature. So why can't you submit to him also? It don't always have to be about a dollar. But that's what this world has trained us. It's our people's fault, but then it's not their fault. We have been trained. We got to break the chains of this Western civilization, this wicked world, consciously or subconsciously. We do things in this society because what? We've been trained and conditioned. And we've been trained and conditioned against each other a lot of times. Right? There's gender. Oh, I didn't want to pull up all the videos on gender wars. Oh my God. Y'all can look them up on YouTube. There's thousands of them. That would have been added an extra 3 hours to the class, because there's a gender war. But that's all conditioning from slavery, this wicked world, the hatred we have towards each other. Men hate women, women hate men. It's just all them factors included. But that was deep what the brother said. But check this out. Go to Matthew 22 and start at 15. So now, what do you have to do? Because both aspects make sense. Hey, I gotta, like I brought out earlier, I have to listen to my boss on my job. That's my livelihood. That's our livelihood. You know what I'm saying? How you think we living in this house? How you think we eating this food? How you think, my salary contributes, or my salary, whatever. So I make the lion's share. But I love and respect my husband. We work together. But hey, I need this job. Fine, that's understandable. It's not set up where us brothers, as a whole, some men are in that position. But a lot of times, a lot of the households that I counsel, the husband ain't balling out of control where he can just take care of everything and everybody. It's beautiful if it's like that, but we in this captivity, especially nowadays, everybody complaining about money and finances. Couples that don't even want to be with each other are staying together because it's more affordable to just stay together, or at least stay in the same household. Look, you do you, this one do that one, you do you, I do me. Don't bring it in the house cold. Let the children see it, but we're gonna stay here because it's just better financially. But whatever the dynamic is, you have to put everything in its perspective. Yes, I have to submit to my job, my bosses, and what I'm told to do, because I'll get fired if I don't. That's my livelihood. I need that. I got to use wisdom. But hey, I can submit to my husband also, because guess what? He spiritually pays me in these ways. Right? That was deep how the brother brought that out. Matthew 22:15. Read that, King. Matthew 22:15. Read that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 15. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk.
Right. So they said, let's ask Yahushua a question that we don't think he can answer, or it'll trip him up. Right. Come on.
And they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of Yahweh in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men.
Right. So the Herodians, they were another Israelite sect back then. Herodians under Herod, basically sellouts for the so-called white man. Another group that was against Yahushua. So they said, let's see how we can trap him up. We know that you come from the Lord and you don't care about any man's person. You don't care about any man's feelings. You're here to do the will of the Heavenly Father, the God of Israel. Right? Come on.
Tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not?
So do you have to reverence, pay taxes, give tribute unto Esau? The answer is yes, because we're in his kingdom. Man, woman, child, all of us. I don't care if you're the top warrior of Israel, highest elder with the biggest congregation and people bow down to you. Guess what? You in Esau's kingdom. You got to pay tribute unto Caesar. Right? Come on.
But Yahushua perceived their wickedness and said, why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites?
It said, you hypocrites, man. Why y'all tempting me? Y'all know the answer to y'all question, but I'm going to cut y'all anyway. Right? Come on.
Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny.
Come on.
And he saith unto them, whose is this image and superscription?
Meaning what? Who's on the money? Whose image? Whose writing? Whose signature? Whose stamp? Whose imprint is on the money? Go ahead.
They say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them,
Salakia, stop right there. We know the money has the damn white man on it. Don't give me that damn $2 bill with the first black president. The money, for the most part, it has Esau on it. All about the Benjamins, baby. Right? Benjamin Franklin. What's that, the $50 bill? All about the Benjamins, baby. 100, whatever the case. I get it confused. But anyway,
it's 50.
Yeah, all about the the
Grant
damn
is
lot.
100.
Huh?
I said Grant is 100.
Yeah, Grant. Big Daddy Kane. When it comes to money, Grant's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So Grant, Benjamin Franklin, whatever. George Washington, hell, even if we got $1. Right? I think they were supposed to put Harriet Tubman on the 20, but they reneged on that. But either way, whose image is on the money? We know that. We know Esau runs the money. So our women, even our men, but we're dealing with the women. You might say, I gotta listen to my job because they pay me. That's how I live. Right? This man's image is on the damn money. So we know he's in control, he's in power. He controls the money so much his face is on it. So Yahushua said, come on, look, that goes without saying. Is it lawful to pay tribute unto Caesar? Yahushua cut him. He said, look, whose image is on it? Whose inscription, whose superscription, Salakia, is on the money? Y'all know the answer to that question. All right, read on 21 again.
They say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, Caesar's.
Go ahead.
Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto Yahweh the things that are Yahweh's.
So now, who knows what he means by that? Who knows what he means by that when he says, render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and unto the Most High the things that are the Most High's? Who can crack that? What does he mean by that? And this even goes with us as a nation and as a people in this captivity. That should give y'all a little bit more hint. Render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and unto the Most High the things that are the Most High's.
So give the devil, give like back the world, everything that belongs to them.
Say it again.
Give the world back everything that belongs to them.
No.
Of the world.
A little bit more.
I had it, but hold on. Let me think again.
Anybody?
Pay your taxes and your things that you got to pay in this kingdom, and that you know, do what you got to do, but follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right, exactly. Meaning what? Since we're talking about the sisters and the women, yes, go to your job, do what you got to do, work, follow the rules on your job, you know, get your paycheck, pay your taxes, do what you got to do. But what, like the brother said, balance it out. We know you got to do what you got to do in the devil's kingdom to survive, but also follow what the Most High said. So yes, you submit and obey your job because that's how you got to survive in this system. That goes without saying. The Esau, his his face is on the money. He runs everything. We know. Let every soul be subject to the higher powers, but also balance it out. Love and respect and honor and submit to your husband at home as it is fit in the Lord. Everybody understand? Give me a con 777 or a con. God? That's
Triple
what
seven.
that's what Yahweh Shai is saying. So don't say, well, baby, you know, I gotta listen to the white man. We know that. But still balance it out. And a lot of brothers feel like that, even brothers in the world. They may not be in the truth like a brother would say, you listen to Esau every day, but when I say something, it's a problem. Even Jake in the world, well, damn, you go and you listen to that damn so-called white man every day. Jake might even say, you listen to them devils on your job, but you listen to a nigga like me. You don't stand no folly.
Good.
You gonna listen to them damn devils all day. What about you listen to me though? You know, Jake
Right.
be spazzing in the world. God?
Gone.
So you gotta submit, sisters, as is fit in the Lord. I love that last video because the brother broke it down on a spiritually emotional level. He said, what about the payment your husband gives you by way of emotion? Listen, we just thinking dollar signs all the time. And that's fine. If the husband, you know, if he's a great provider and he's providing emotionally, respect him and submit to him for all them reasons. All right, so it is what it is. So Yahweh Shah was letting them know, Salakia. Yahweh Shah was letting them know there's an order, but they was trying to trip them up about reverencing Caesar's kingdom. But it's the same concept. Reverence and submit to the things you got to submit to in this material world because you got to survive, but reverence and submit to the things of the Most High, which is your spirit. That's your actual spiritual new world to come. So there's a balance. Kind?
Gone.
All right. So then play that other video. There's another video. There's another video. Should be one more video. Pull that up. Well, a couple of more videos, but is another one on that submitting.
God, so lucky. That's the only video I got so far.
Huh?
I said I played all the videos I got so far.
Say it again?
I said I played all the videos I received so far.
Oh, it was some more I sent him.
I'm gonna try to see.
Tell Ariana to check his inbox. Tell him it's the one with the Edomite.
I'm telling him right now. Elder, you might be on mute.
Yeah, there's another one. There's another one with an Edomite female preacher.
He's sending it.
Okay, he's a young Edomite female preacher. In the meantime, let's go to 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter. So everybody understand so far, Khan?
Gone.
But see, we trying to show you it's not just, well, look, just bow down, woman. We showing you the spiritual understanding of submitting to your husband in righteousness and the different dynamics. Everybody understand, Khan?
Gone.
All right. He got the video. Go ahead, play the video, King. And hey, sisters, we know it. It can be hard sometimes. Especially if your husband could be messing up. He could be not doing what he's supposed to do. He could be moving in a way that you don't agree with.
What does the word submission mean? It comes from two Latin words, sub, under, and mission. Submission means to come under the mission. Jezebel was dominant and she hated submission. You don't tell me not to bring the prophets of Baal into this land. I'm my own woman. I don't submit to no man. Her name, Jezebel, means unmarried. This is the Jezebel independent spirit. It's that they might have the title of wife, but they are fiercely independent. They're running businesses behind the scenes that their husbands don't even know about. They have bank accounts that their husbands don't even know about. But the godly woman, she's a helper to her husband, and she's on mission with her husband. It's not two people fighting against each other, building separate missions. A godly woman gets beside her husband and says, I will build the mission that God put in your life. I will come beside you. I will be a helper, and I will build the mission and the vision that God has entrusted you with. This is a godly, righteous woman.
This right here is powerful.
I don't submit to no man. You don't tell me what to do. I'm my own woman. I'm independent. What does the word submission mean? It comes from two Latin words, sub, under, and mission. Submission means to come under the mission. Jezebel was dominant and she hated submission. You don't tell me not to bring the prophets of Baal into this land. I'm my own woman. I don't submit to no man. Her name, Jezebel, means unmarried. This is the Jezebel independent spirit. It's that they might have the title of wife, but they are fiercely independent. They're running businesses behind the scenes that their husbands don't even know about. They have bank accounts that their husbands don't even know about. But the godly woman, she's a helper to her husband, and she's on mission with her husband. It's not two people fighting against each other, building separate missions. A godly woman gets beside her husband and says, I will build the mission that God put in your life. I will come beside you. I will be a helper, and I will build the mission and the vision that God has entrusted you with. This is a godly, righteous woman.
This right here is...
All right, there you go. Right, so y'all heard that, Khan?
Gone.
Khan?
Coming from Esau.
Coming from a young Edomite woman.
Right.
I know that's only got Khans from the brothers now. Go to Sirach 25:1. But y'all heard Esau's on point.
Khan.
Esau's on point. Drop the mic. Esau's on point. Esau is on point. And see how she broke down the two words coming together, sub and mission. To come under the mission, to submit to the mission. What is the mission? To build the Most High's kingdom. That's all it is. It ain't no great mystery. And what is he trying to do? Is to work together in righteousness to bring forth the Most High's kingdom, to do this work. That's what you're submitting to the mission. That's what you're doing. But submit. The word submission is like taboo. But even the young Edomite preacherette, y'all can't type. If y'all want, y'all keep typing in the chat. If y'all want to say something, said I can't keep going out to look at the chat. All right. So if y'all want to say something, just say Salakia and I gotta go out to the chat or whatever. But y'all keep saying stuff to me in the chat, but just raise your hand and say Salakia if you want to make a comment. If I leave the chat open while I'm doing the lesson, I can't see the full screen. right? And if there's a point that goes along with what's being said or whatever, if you just venting, but yeah, just I can't respond. It's too much to go in the chat and respond to y'all. Salakia. The chat is not coming up on the screen. But anyway, I'll try to go back to the comments when we have like when a brother's looking for the scripture or something. Salakia. Not trying to be rude, Israel, just trying to make the class flow good. Give me Sirach 25:1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 1. In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before God and men.
Check this out. Check this out. Sirach said, in 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before Yahweh and men. Right? Come on.
The unity of brethren.
The unity of brethren. Come on.
The love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors. Come on.
A man and a wife that agree together.
And a man and a wife that agree together. See, this society has taught the women, if you submit to your husband, they hear that word submit. I ain't under no man. Don't no man tell me what to do. I've been independent for the last 7 years, and some man gonna come along and tell me what to do? And nowadays, these women are bold. A man meet a woman, they start dating, and they start talking about how things go. Now, look, first and foremost, you ain't gonna be telling me what to do. I'm gonna tell. If we gonna be together, I'm my own independent woman. Up, run for the hills. Gone?
Gone.
All right. Check, please. Before she finished talking, ask for the check.
Gone.
Gone?
Gone.
Gone.
Because she gonna slander you if you don't pay for the date. If you don't at least pay for the date. Nigga couldn't even pay. He left. I guess I said something he didn't agree with. And he was ready to go. He was ready to end the night. I guess I told him, because I ain't bowing down to no man. I ain't submit to no, I'm my own woman. So if you're going to be with me, it's going to be 50-50. See that? And that 50-50 statement, listen, it can be 100-100. Just 100% of you being your role as the woman, 100% of me being a role as the man. But in order. But the society has destroyed us, man. So that concept of submission, it sounds like damn kryptonite to Superman. It cringes. I can't be under no man. But every woman in her true spirit and her true nature, she wants to be led by a man in righteousness. But this society, these curses, other demonic women that ain't even married in their ear, people jealous, envious of your relationship, your marriage, people judging your marriage. That's another thing, they're judging your marriage. They know things, or they think they know things. And, they judge your marriage according to that. So why you even listening to him? He don't do X, Y, Z, that. You told me about him. So now people all up in your marriage giving a vain ass opinion when they really need to go check their ish out. I see a lot of that. When I counsel couples, one of the first things I say is keep people out. Who's up in your marriage? I can almost guarantee part of the problem y'all having is because people is up in your marriage. So this thing goes deep. All right. And when we get into the other levels of marriage and lessons, those things that come out through the spirit, there's scriptures on all that. All right. Sirach 25:1 again.
Gone. In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before God and men. The unity of brethren,
the
love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together.
Right. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, and a man and a wife that agree together. You see what Esau says? She said it means to submit to the mission. To come under the mission. All you're doing is getting under the mission with your husband. You're a wife and a husband that agree together. Look at it from that angle, and then it won't be so cringe.
The lucky elder.
Listen to no man. Somebody said something?
Yeah, Khan, Maccabee Israel.
Yeah.
It's like that movie Boomerang. Perfect example. Where you got Jackie, the Jezebel, and you got Angela, the submission.
Right, exactly. Perfect example, yeah. Then she went into the example of Jezebel. That's why a lot of even the Christian churches, they'll say she got that Jezebel spirit. Yeah, Jezebel. Seducing and leading a man into a way that's not right. Because a lot of times when a woman don't want to submit to you, that means she wants control. Now, once she controlled you, she can lead you away from the Most High. That Jezebel spirit, she can have you go off into another doctrine. Like Solomon. What happened to Solomon? Solomon started to get weak to his wives, even his heathen wives. He got weak to his heathen wives and started, instead of him, no, I'm the head. My wives and my concubines do what I said. We serve the God of Israel. My concubines, y'all strangers and heathens, but y'all bow to my God. Y'all not Israelite women, but y'all gonna bow to the God of Israel because y'all my concubines. But he started going off and building shrines and damn places of worship to their gods, to heathen women gods. That's why Zerubbabel spoke about the power of a woman. Because if you let a woman control you, 9 times out of 10, it's a negative, it's an evil agenda. She gonna have you doing something, she gonna have you going off. Because the fact that she wants to control you means she got an evil agenda that's contrary to the ways of the Most High. Okay?
God.
So they gotta submit. So it says a wife and a husband that agree together. That young Edomite preacher girl, she's the daughter of Satan, but she spoke, even Satan can speak the truth. She broke down the word. Then she said, you got a lot of these women that wife is just a title. They doing all kinds of stuff behind their husband don't even know about. You're not a wife. You're an independent woman saying you're a wife. You got a whole bunch of stuff, like what she say, businesses, bank accounts, all kinds of stuff going on. Now, I will say this, and this is for you sisters, because like I said, these classes are interactive. What certain things we've seen happen in Israel, you do have to have yourself a backup plan, because in this kingdom, a man can get the tripping on you and leave you aid out. Y'all know what I mean. I don't want to cuss, because there's probably children listening. Donkeyed out. Y'all know what I mean. So I'm not really against a woman having some kind of backup plan or something set, or even coming into the relationship and still holding on to a little bit of what she got, but while still working with her husband. Because that husband, we just seen it. You can give everything to him, give up everything you have, or I'm going to control everything, and whatever you need, you can get from me. And then that man flip on you, because it happens even in Israel. We just saw it. And now you aid out. You ain't got no money, no car, nothing. You got to go back to your family. So that's why all that got to be discussed. Hey, I'm still going to hold on to what, I'm trying to do, or I'm going to have this nest egg over here. Doesn't necessarily have to be secret or not. Hey, pray on that, whatever the case may be. But what that Edomite was saying, she was saying, you'll have a woman that she's just a wife by title. She got a whole other life going on that her husband don't even know about. She keeping secrets and all this stuff because it's a lack of respect. Nigga, you ain't got to know my business. And you got a lot of our women that do that. But is also the spirit you're doing it in. If you're saying, hey, I'm always trying to have something because I don't want to be aid out if something was to happen. I gotta have something to fall back on. That's understandable. And a wise husband would understand that. What a wise husband gonna say, hey, I don't intend for that to happen, babe, but I do understand. Anything can happen. In this world, Israel killed me with that. But the scriptures, yes, we know that. There's 1,000 scriptures, and we want to follow every single one of them. But in this kingdom, you got Negroes and Negrettes that got fringes on and know the Bible and say they love the God of Israel, but they move totally contrary. So you got to protect yourself too, because we're living in this world. The scriptures say, we read that in the men's class, we gonna have trouble in the flesh. A brother or sister, even in this truth, they could get the tripping on you, and you need something to fall back on. So that's different if a woman is doing that in that sense. But if it's just, oh, that's my husband, but I ain't got to tell him nothing, and I do this, I do what I want, and da-da-da-da, I ain't got to confide in him, that's a lack of respect. And that, you either got to, when it's situations like that, you got to get that in order, or I'll write the bill of divorce for you. But we don't want to go there. That's always the last resort. But we're going to get into that a little bit too. But Yahweh Shah said that was never the intention from the beginning. Marriage is supposed to be lifelong, or until the kingdom, or until them chariots fly. But that's something we got to work towards as a nation of people, because these cursors got us moving crazy. But anyways, back to the scriptures. Let me stop talking, even though it's all for edification. 1 Peter 3:1. So understand these dynamics.
And it's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 1.
Hold on, before you get 1 Peter 3:1, the Edomite, she spoke about there's some good videos, man. And it's tons of that stuff on social media or whatever. Like I said, we could have been here all day showing videos. And a lot of them, Esau, the other nations, people in the world, Christians, they make good points on them, though. Information is information. If it's good information, it's good information. If it makes sense and it can filter through scripture, it's on point. All right, but she brought out a good point. She said, you're a wife by name, but you got all this other stuff going on behind your husband's back. You just a wife in name. And it don't always have to be financial. It don't have to be a business or a bank account. It could be other kind of secrets. Important stuff that's going on with you. It could be something about your health, something you're going through on a job, something, it could be anything that's affecting you. I mean, you got friends, family, whatever. You may not tell your husband everything, pillow talk or whatever. They say wives and husbands talk, but you got friends, family stuff, people's secrets and personal information, that's just something somebody confide in me. I don't need to tell my spouse about that. That's not fair. That's not fair to that person's privacy. But stuff going on with you, and you keeping all kinds of secrets. I'm not saying I didn't want to say nothing until this time, or I didn't want you to worry, or that, it's levels to this. But you just living a whole nother life behind your husband. That's no respect. You're not submitting. Something could happen to you, and that man's like, I didn't even know that. So it's the spirit you're doing things in also. Hebrews 13:16. Paul is talking in general about the work here, but this applies to marriage also. Hebrews 13:16. Read that, King.
And it's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, Yahweh is well pleased.
Remember communication. Remember, communication is key. The scriptures cut you when you bringing them out. Because I know my communication ain't the greatest a lot of times. It's not. Especially with these phones and technology and stuff. But communication is key, especially in a marriage. You have to speak. and you can't be all testy and every little thing offends you, and you got to be able to be honest with each other. And I mean, truly, I'm not saying something to hurt the other person, or you women are good at that. I told y'all I'm coming for y'all, and I'm still being nice. But you women are good at that. You know how to push men's buttons with that damn mouth. We're going to get into that mouth in a minute. You know how to push brothers' buttons a lot of time. And you know your husband, and you know how to trigger him. I'm not talking about that kind of communication. I'm talking about open, honest, loving, sincere, problem-solving communication. Constructive criticism communication. Don't always think somebody trying to put you down. Men, we do that with our egos. Well, what you saying? What you saying, woman? Nah, your wife is just telling you something about you. And you don't like it because more likely than not it's true. Yo, what you're saying to me, oh my God, you always. No, I'm just stating how I feel. Or something I'm telling a story. I'm saying what happened. I'm not trying to put you down, belittle you, insult you. So communication is key, but righteous, pure, holy, honest, problem-solving communication. Read it again, Hebrews 13:16.
But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, Yahweh is well pleased.
See that? You got to communicate. The Lord is pleased with that. With such sacrifices, the Most High is well pleased. 1 Peter 3:1. Now pull up, Paul, do you have the AI interview, the AI commentary overview? I always say commentary, but it's overview. I sent the AI overview with black background about what does the Bible say about wives submitting to their husbands. It's two screenshots. It's the start and then the continuation. Did Ariah send you that? If not, Ariah, can you send him that? What does the Bible say about submitting to your husband? In the meantime, if we could pull that up first, but in the meantime, if y'all still looking for it, give me 1 Peter 3:1.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
What does it say?
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
There you go. Be in subjection to your own husbands. All right. And that's another thing. You wives, keep other men out of your house. Keep other men up out of your face, man. Men are vultures, they lions, they wolves, they jealous, man. They want to, even in the truth, they want to jack your household up. They might be covetous. They might be looking at you a certain way. Keep men out of your face, men out of your household.
Done.
And don't talk bad. You sisters, don't talk bad about your husband to another man. Do not talk bad about I don't give a damn what y'all going through. If it's not an elder or a counselor or a family member that's going to set your husband straight because he's going off with you. See, there's and there's where y'all got common sense, man. You know when the spirit is you doing something in the wrong spirit, or you doing it because it's a problem that need to be solved. All right. And if you don't, that's where you get counseling. You go to these scriptures and prayer and fasting. But sisters, do not. That is one of the worst forms of disrespect. Do not sit there talking bad about your husband to another man. Or another woman, hell. But women going to talk. We know women. You know what this man did, and he get on my nerves, and oh my God. We know women y'all going to confide in each other. But even be careful with that. Even be careful with that. Read it again. 1 Peter 3:1.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
Your own husband. You married to this man. But this brother over here telling you what to do, you listen to everything he tell you to do. And he's not a counselor, an elder, a family member, an older brother, uncle, a father, of course, or even a younger brother that's looking out for the well-being of his sister or the woman in his family. He's just some random hating, covetous, liking drama and gossip Negro. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that. Be very careful with that. You know, you got a husband, but everything you listen to is from this man over here. I'm not talking about good advice or you at work and a man is showing you here's what to do. Even with that, you got to be careful because they be trying to get at you on a job. So be careful with that. And brothers, I'm going to say this, and this goes on many levels. If your wife is talking bad about you with other men, and I'm gonna still say it nice, and it can't, and if it can be fixed, if you can check and rebuke her and she apologizes and say, hey, I'm sorry I was going off, that will never happen again. Guess what? I'll draw up the divorce papers for you. Because that woman do not respect you. That marriage is done.
Done.
That marriage is done. Well, Yahweh Shah said, we know what Yahweh Shah said. Don't put away your wife except adultery. Listen, that might be damn near worse than adultery. Because when a woman can get another man to not respect her husband, that's a wrap.
Done.
And he probably some creep, slimy dude. So now he gonna go talking to other people about you.
Right.
She don't even respect her husband. And then I'm gonna hit you something. You know who looks probably the worst in that situation? The wife. Because number one, how you with somebody that you got so much lack respect for that you don't like? How you with them? And number two, why would you talk? People they don't really respect you. They want to hear the gossip. They want to hear the juice. But they're like, look how she talk about her husband. And a real person would be like, you'll do that to anybody.
Right.
So you end up really looking bad in the equation like that. Okay?
Done.
That's why the scriptures say, be in subjection to your own husband. Don't give no other man power over you like that. If it's not an elder or a senior man giving you counsel or wisdom, of course your boss at your job or a man in your family, even a brother in the congregation that's upright, he got some years on him and he just giving you advice or counsel or scriptures as a sister in a brotherly fashion, no hidden agenda, no ultimatums. No ulterior motives behind it. Yeah, discern. But if it's some slimy dude that's just trying to hear, and a lot of times that dude might not like your husband, so he's gonna take the information, the bad stuff you're saying about your husband, and use it. Sisters don't do that. I will write the divorce papers for the brother because there's no respect in that marriage, and lack of respect leads from Salakia. It can go anywhere from slander to death. When people don't respect you, of course they're gonna talk bad about you. They're gonna add stuff because they don't have the respect. So they're gonna say all kinds of stuff about you, stuff that probably ain't even true. They're gonna look at you sideways. It's just lack of respect causes too much. And it can go anywhere from people talking bad about you to you being put to death. When people don't respect you, they'll put you in positions where you can die. Okay?
Done.
That's serious.
Done.
Right?
Done.
So sisters, if you're upset, find a counselor. You know, we know you might talk to women because you women talk. Men talk too, but you women talk. Damn it. But even be careful with that because women, they like to chat. They'll go tell another woman, and she'll tell her husband, and they tell another woman, and they tell her. Now your business all over the place. So be careful with that too. All right, and then that woman don't respect your husband. She looking at you funny. You funny. She lose respect. So be careful with that. All right, read on.
Be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
You know what Peter is saying there? Your behavior as a wife in subjection to her husband can win other women over to make them come into the truth, because they see how you move in righteousness, and they will envy that and they will have a righteous envy of that and want to be. I want to be a good woman like that one day to a good husband. Read on.
While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Right. You're not singing Young Miami, spin that ish. You like, oh, me and my husband, we went to the Passover the other night. It was beautiful. You know, we said the prayers, we fellowshiped together, we ate the lamb, we read the scriptures, we got anointed, the brothers performed the truth music, you know, all the goodies that go on at Passover. You know, I love cooking for my husband. He's, you know, he deserves it. You know, I love being a submissive, loving wife. And it's hard. We get it. We get it. It's hard. But he did that. Why should I submit to him? He don't do that. What I need to listen to him for? He ain't got that. That ain't no real man. It's hard, man. All these vices, hang-ups, brothers be having. You know what I'm saying? That spirit of coming you. What am I submitting to? You know? And there's sometimes brothers just going the hell off, and you're not supposed to be moving like that. What am I going to submit to a man that's going off and don't put the Most High first and not keeping the commandments and moving right in the spirit? All right, read on.
Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel.
Right, so Peter was just saying it's okay to look nice, do your hair, all that good stuff, but it shouldn't be about the outward appearance. It shouldn't be about vanity. It shouldn't be sisters having beauty contests at the feast day in a negative way. It can be in a righteous way. Oh, sis, you wore that beautiful dress for the first fruits. Oh, I love that dress. Oh, sister, oh man, the fringes you had on was nice, sis. Complimenting, you know, like they say in the world, bigging each other up, but not on a vain outward. I'm out, you know what I'm saying? None of these sisters look as good as me. I'm gonna have the flyest garment in the Passover. It shouldn't be about, it should be done in humility. Right? Look beautiful, but let it be done in humility. Good.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
A what?
A meek and quiet spirit.
Come on.
Which is in the sight of Yahweh of great price.
Right, see that? A meek and a quiet spirit. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, that which is not corruptible, even an ornament of a meek and a quiet spirit. You know what an ornament is? An ornament is like a decoration. Peter is saying, be decorated. You're supposed to be decorated with a meek and quiet spirit. Right? Go to Sirach 26 and 14. Nobody likes a real man don't like a loud mouthy woman, a talkback woman. You know, you can't get a word in edgewise before she's saying something. There's a disagreement, you let her make your point, you go to make your point, 3 words, she talking over you and discounting what you're saying. You know, and a lot of couples I counsel, communication. They can't talk to each other. You'll go to a marriage counselor and pay $300 an hour, and a marriage counselor going to tell you, hey, I have to hear both of y'all out. So when he's talking, you got to be quiet. When she's talking, you got to be quiet. Okay, sir, especially if it's Esau, and you're paying them $300 an hour. But when it comes for y'all to talk to each other, hell, you can talk to each other for free. Just be quiet and let the other person finish. And men are guilty of it too, but we getting on the women. All right, so like I was saying earlier, shut that mouth down. And when I say shut that mouth down, especially that yelling, that fussing, that arguing, that bickering, that name calling, that being out of order, that loudness, that cussing. You going from a virtuous Hebrew woman to a loud, cackling, ratchet hood rat. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Hopefully y'all only know what I'm talking about from seeing it, not from being it. Bars, Salakia, no folly. Sirach 26:14.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 14.
Started 13.
Verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
See that? It said the grace of a wife delighteth her husband. They used to say that about the women in the for like the 20s, 30s, even the early 1900s, late 1800s. Oh, they had so much grace and style. If you go back to image of back then, the women dressed up, they were modern. You didn't see pants to maybe the 50s, 60s, 70s, white women's liberation movement. Even when the women was in the house cooking and stuff, they had dresses on. They were graceful. They dressed up just to go outside. When you look in a younger or older year, depending on how you look at it, of this, even this country, America. You look at Harlem during the 20s and the 30s, early 1900s. See, the women was dressed up with style. They had their hats on and dresses and nice, nice modest apparel. Black Wall Street. They were graceful in their mannerism, how they look, how they conducted themselves, how they spoke to each other. They had grace about them. Right? Read on.
A silent and loving woman is
like 13 again.
The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
See that her discretion will fatten his bones. Meaning if she's a discreet, orderly woman, not messy and loud, her husband will love her and it will fulfill him. It will fulfill him spiritually because his wife is in order. Happy wife, happy life. Happy spouse, happy house. Right? Happy man. Don't forget that plan. I'll come up with my own damn sayings. Right? If there's a smile on the king, you ain't got to worry about a thing. Then we're gonna make up some sayings for the men.
Right.
All right. So it's discretion. A real man in the spirit, especially a man of the Most High, loves a woman that's discreet, graceful, feminine, dainty, in a woman's order. Only them hood, wild jail dudes and shit. They be liking them loud, ratchet. That they get off on that. They be laughing. This is crazy, right?
Pajama pants.
This is crazy, son. She be wilding. She keyed up his car and he laughing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's that toxic stuff, man. She slashed on 4 of his tires. This woman be bugging, son. Nah, man. We way away from that worldly, man. That's cute to these jakes, man. It's funny to them.
My sister Salakia?
I don't think so.
No, God. Verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
See that? You brothers, in order for you to get that, the scriptures letting you know she has to have a mind well instructed. Then that sister's taught well. She's in her word. Her husband is moving in the spirit of the Most High. Her mind has to be well instructed. That's why a lot of sisters, they don't know how to submit because they haven't even been taught it. They haven't seen examples of it. They haven't lived it. They haven't had a brother. A lot of sisters been through nothing but toxic relationships. Now here you come along, Shalom, sis. Ooh, that sister's fine. She gonna be at the pull-up, elder? She gonna be, I don't know, brother. Stop being thirsty. Nah, elder, man, that sister look good, man. That sister's nice. She married. Then here you go, all right. Sis, I like you. Can I court you? Can we go out? Whatever, year, whatever. Oh, that's my wife. Or, elders, if you do things in a certain order, elder, I want y'all blessing to be with the sister. And it's now, oh, you got to submit to me. When they done been, that's why a lot of times we tell brothers too, give these sisters time. Let them build their spirit. Let them break down that old woman and become a new woman in Yahushua before you thirst all over her. All right? Give her time, man. Let her come into this thing and learn and grow and become.
So like you, elder.
You look at her and say, sis, you know what? You still new to this thing. Let me give you some time to build your spirit up for you to be able to become a good wife. Because you put the Most High in the foundation first. Hold on, King. Read on.
A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued.
Read on.
As the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
Right. So these are just some other attributes of a good woman, good wife. And if she have these values and attributes, more likely than not, she's going to know how to submit to her husband. Go to, let me see. Jump down to verse 23.
Verse 23.
Right. We still dealing with that meekness and quietness, but the spirit is going where it's going. Right. But we still on that because we're gonna go back to 1 Peter 5. 1 Peter 3 about the meek and quiet spirit. I was linking up verse 24, but it's some Jews in this Sirach 26. Jump down. Start at 22.
22. Con. Verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
God.
But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Right, see that? Harlot shall be accounted as spittle. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Because what? A married woman that's in righteousness and in order and submitting to her husband. But guess what? Paul said submit to one another. Remember the Edomite Christian, she said submission means to come under the order of the mission. It's still a mutual thing. So when it says the woman is a tower against death to her husband, meaning what? Your woman can also look out for you. She can protect you. She can give you warnings. She can tell you, she can spot people when they don't have your best interest. Sometimes outsiders looking in can see things you can't see within. So if you got a good wife, she can protect you. So you got to submit to her in a sense of, hey, babe, there's some concerns I have I need to tell you about, and I think you should listen to me. I'm trying to warn you. See, a lot of men get proud and stubborn and be like, look, woman, I got this. I understand, I'm a man. But then again, she's that tower against death to you. And straight up, a lot of times, being married and having a good wife keep you out of trouble. That's how she's a tower against death too, because you with her. You ain't running the street. You ain't whoremongering. You ain't up in all these other strange women face. These women can get you set up and all types of stuff, man. She married, but she lying to you saying she's single. Oh, we can hang out. Because some dude rolling up, yo, you said you were single. So a lot of times, what Sirach is saying here too, being married and having a woman that have your best interest, that keep you out of trouble a lot of times. It's a tower against death, right? Read on.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
All right, that's it. Class is over. That's it. Close your Bibles. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Brothers, a lot of times that woman is a reflection of you. The Most High gave you a woman with a certain spirit because you ain't right. So sometimes, not all the time, there's always exceptions. Check your spirit. If your woman is not moving in a spirit according to the scriptures and how maybe you think she should in righteousness, check your spirit. Always self-examine it. Always do self-examination, Salakia. Because it may be that you out the spirit and the spirit is causing her to rebel. And sisters, don't use that. Oh, you forgot the juice at the store. Forget, I'm just being sarcastic, but still. Don't use every little thing to say, I ain't got to listen to him. He going off. No. Sometimes you got to be long-suffering. Like last class, we quoted from Abigail. Read the story of Abigail. She was long-suffering with that proud ass Nabal, and in the end, the Most High judged him. So I'm not saying just sit there and take anything, but a lot of times humble yourself, all that, going back and forth with the man and that. Sometimes pray for your husband. As if it's not nothing crazy, he's not laying hands on you, it's getting volatile, it's getting toxic, you just can't bear to be around, but he going off on some things, pray for him. And a lot of times your prayers, the Most High will hear and have him restored. But a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Rib is a demon. Bro, you're going to have to check yourself. Now, if you're trying to move in the spirit to the best of your ability, then she just off. She's just a damn demon. But the scripture says what it says. Right? Come on.
But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Most High.
I mean, it's saying what it's saying. It's plain. A godly woman is given to him that fear the Most High. So if your woman is submitting to you and in order, more likely than not, that means you moving right in the spirit. Because who keeps our households in order? The Most High. It's really the Most High. You ain't got no power really in this kingdom. Your power is to serve the Most High and do right by him, and the angels will do the rest. Right? Read on.
A 24. Dishonest woman contemneth shame.
Go ahead.
But a honest woman will reverence her husband.
Right. An honest woman will reverence her husband. A dishonest woman, she's going to bring shame. Right. But an honest woman is going to reverence her husband. That goes into submission also. Reverence goes into submission. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands. And there's that word own again. Don't be trying to live vicariously through somebody else's husband. That's not your husband. That's her husband. All right? Submit to your own. And whatever the case may be, make that connection. Right? Come on.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Most High.
See that a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. And that's another thing. Stay off of damn social media with your personal marital issues. A lot of you sisters, hopefully not on this class or call or on YouTube, whatever, or whoever see this class, stay off of. It's bad enough you going around talking bad about your spouse to people, but you're just putting it out there for the world on social media. Don't do that, Israel. All right, read on. So like you read
A
25
woman,
again.
verse 25, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
And we don't already know what a dog is. You're a shameless itch. You're a shameless female dog. The Most High said it. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. We just read about discretion. Have some discretion. Just anything, any blurt down anything, being messy, arguing in the street, ratchet. Don't do that. That's another thing. Don't argue in public. Try not to argue at all. Because an argument is just anger and frustration. You need to talk, communicate, talk calmly, and come to a resolution and hear each other out. Hold on. Even if it's passion involved and you firm about what you're saying. But these are all the things we need to do to conduct our households and marriages in order. Go ahead.
But she that is shamefaced will fear the Most High.
Will what?
Will fear the Most High.
Come on.
A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all.
See that? A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. Go ahead.
But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all.
See that? You unrighteous, you sinner, you a sinner. If you dishonor your husband in pride, see, these scriptures don't play, man. It says in her pride, because a lot of it is pride. A lot of it is the curses are not broken. This independent Western civilization, I don't need a man for nothing. I've literally heard Judite women say that. Israelite women say that. I was in Harlem one time on 116th, and these two sisters was talking, and the sister literally said that. She's like, you know, I got money. I got a place to stay. I got this. I got that. I got these men. These men, what do we don't really need them for nothing no more. We don't need them for nothing. I was like, wow. But see, that's that mentality. What about love? What about the Lord? What about, hey, even if you just say, I want a husband so we can serve the Lord together. But that's not only mine, but that's the destruction that this world has done to us. That's the destruction that a lot of these women have allowed themselves to go off on. That's the destruction of a lot of men that have failed. And these women feel like they've been pushed there by these men. We want to be fair. But then it's just a lot of these women that's evil as hell. They got demons on them. But some women have had such bad experiences, they feel like this is my life now. These men, and I'm so turned off. They start divesting, and you see what that's getting them. They start running to Esau and the other nations and getting killed, taking places and getting you. You think you're going on a soft life, exotic vacation, Esau choke you to death. You think you're going out to a bar to have drinks and to get to know each other, Esau chop your ass up and your body parts are spread around. These are real stories I'm telling. Because they think the grass is greener on the other side because the brothers hurt them so much. This thing is real with our people, man. Right? Come on.
A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies.
Yeah, Karen. Most High is cold, man. A loud crying woman and a scold. A woman that's just always loud, scolding her husband, always arguing. Nothing's ever good enough. Come on, man. We all probably had a neighbor like that or heard stories like, damn, that woman, I don't know how that man deal with that. Damn, I couldn't deal with that. I would have left her a long time ago. That mouth and that scolding and that criticizing and da-da-da-da-da. Come on, everybody's seen a couple like that or two in the hood. And the man just be, and a lot of times it'd be the laid back, quiet men. The men that are like, yo, how did he get with her? The Lord says she'll be used to drive away the enemy. Dudes is coming to get you. Your ops don't even want to hear her.
God.
They come in, all she got to do is is get in front of him and start yelling. He'll be like, yo, we ain't even got no beef no more. Just get away from that woman. Damn.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? That mouth, man. So sisters, that mouth. All right. And of course, I'm talking about in unrighteousness. Your husband trying to talk to you, you just yelling over him, cutting him off. You belittling, you trivializing everything he's saying, you snickering at him, you disrespect. Oh, nigga, you sound stupid. Oh, nigga, you sound weak. Oh, you sound weak. Look at you, sound so weak. Hey, hold up. I'm just here trying to explain. Oh, you sound weak. Why? Because you used to the trap boys. You dated 15 trap boys in your life. Now you coming to the truth, and the Israelite husband's supposed to be like the trap boys. No, that's where you got to become that new woman in your house. All right, read on.
There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty.
Oh, that's it on that. That's it on that. I just wanted up to 27. A loud crying woman and a scold. So you don't want that. All right. You know, a real man of the most, he don't like all that arguing, that loud voice, that black talk, that cussing, that disrespect, that'll drive a man away. At best, he'll be like, yo, I need to separate this ribbons or that mouth, man. I gotta get away from that. And then a lot of times it could trigger. I'm not saying it's righteous for a brother to react like that, but now we got another issue because now a brother's provoked to get physical. Or the woman get physical. A lot of times that mouth is that's right before she about to get physical. And like we said on the last cast with the man, keep your motherfucking hands to yourself. Because women get abusive too. You know, they got national abuse hotlines and stuff for men too. Men get abused by women. Grown ass man, you putting your hands on him. He ain't no 5-year-old boy whose mother giving him a spanking. Keep your motherfucking hands to yourself. You sisters, don't jump up, don't talk crazy to a man. Don't jump up in a man's face. Don't call a man out of his name. Don't lay hands on a man. Don't think you're gonna grab him up. Don't do that. Because that's still a man. If he react, now he's the bad guy. Don't do that. Keep your damn hands to yourself. Because you got women that hit men. You know, like I said, when they have them, me and Samalana talk about it. Me and my wife talk about it. They be having them, you know, violence, abuse, the men's money, whatever they be having. But they be having, you know, things set up for men that get abused. I'm talking about physically abused. Not even mentally and spiritually and emotionally with that damn mouth. And that's what? That's women that don't subject to their men. And you definitely should be moving like that in the truth. Because you got women that put their hands on men. Yes, I'm going to repeat it. That happens too. I've heard of cases of that in this truth. Women getting up in your face, all that. Nah. Because you're a man, you're going to, if you don't get away, you're going to naturally react. And even if you don't hem her up like you would do a man, you're going to hem her up and get her up off of you. Now you're the bad. You put his hands on me. Play the, y'all got the Tigger video? Play that Tigger video. I'll pull that up too. Yeah. Now you want to play victim. That's another thing, not going through somebody's phone spirit. I don't do that. And I'm a man. I don't go through my wife's phones. I wasn't really like that in the world. If you doing something off, the spirit gonna reveal it. That going through somebody's phone spirit, that's so damn childish, man. And then me, I'm an elder. I don't have that problem, but I had that problem in past relationships. But I'm an elder. You don't know what people talking about me. I mean, you don't know what talking about me. You don't know what people talking to me about. Now, everybody, if they want to say something important, more likely than not, they're going to call. But some people might text. They might leave a voice clip. They might want to confide in something that they just felt like sending a message, an email, anything. Now you going through your spouse's phone and you seeing secret conversations with people that you don't need to see. Mind your damn business. And I'm not talking about nothing off. I'm not talking about nothing off. Now, some men in their ego might be like, no, I go through my wife's phone because I want to see. But I feel like if you that type of man, then number one, you don't trust your wife. And number two, you got some insecurities. And number three, why would you have a wife who you feel you need to go through her phone? You're supposed to be able to trust your marriage with your wife. Like, I don't have to go through a phone because I'm not going to find nothing. And if there is something there, the Most High going to reveal it to me. I'm not sitting there, this message and this email, and now I'm looking at a family member might have said something to you in confidence. And just because I'm your husband or she's your wife, that don't mean that information is for you to know. That going through I was never, even before I came into the truth. You know what I'm saying? Who you talking to and that. But anyway, get that. Y'all got the Tigger video? Play that.
Get off.
What do you need it for?
Get off me. Please get off me.
As soon as you give me my phone.
Please get off me.
It's my phone.
Please get off me.
Registered in my name.
Please get off me.
Give me my phone.
You're sticking my ear in my ear.
Oh, sorry.
Get off of me.
Give me my phone.
Please get off of
You
me.
can stay right on the floor.
You're a fucking manhandling.
I'm not manhandling my phone.
Tigger,
Give
get
me
off.
my phone.
Do you not see all them crying?
Give me
Bro,
my phone.
why did
Stop.
you do
I'm not
that?
doing that.
Yes,
She
you did.
dropped. She dropped. She dropped.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want
Bro.
my phone. She can give me the phone and it'll be over. She can give me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna
I'm
give you.
not on her at all. Give me my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me
Tigger.
my phone.
D, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this.
If you say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over her. You can buy a new phone.
Get off of me.
Mr. Tigger!
Get off of me.
Mr. Tigger, get off!
That's it. I only need to see it. I only need to see it one time. So now, how many of y'all know about that case? So you have these women, and you have women. I've heard stories. Elder done heard. I done had the councils, even in Israel. They'll play victim, and they'll do something. Now she grabbed the man's phone. That's that man's property. Even if you think he got 20 women in there, that's that man's property. The man said, give me back my phone. Because more likely than not, she was going to see something and probably damage his phone. Now, I think Tigger got locked up for assault, but he got cleared on all charges when his video came out. And you see how a lot of these young Jakes are? You heard, I guess that's her son, or that probably was her son, his stepson, because he called him Mr. Tigger. So that's probably her son, probably by a previous relationship. But no disrespect to Tigger, that woman looked off anyway. Even her regular picture, not even her mugshot. She looked like something wasn't wrapped too tight with her anyway. She just got that look. But you never know. Tigger probably met her. She was he thought she was a nice woman. She probably act normal, damn bipolar. I don't know. But to me, she just looked off. Sometimes you can just pick up stuff on people. But now she lied. I don't know the exact full story because I don't follow everything. But I think Tigger got locked up for assaulting her. But he got cleared on all the charges, and now she got arrested for kidnapping and filing a false report, I believe, or something like that. Like I said, I didn't read into the old story. Y'all can fill me in if I got anything wrong. But see, I've seen cases like this in Israel. I've seen cases like this in Israel too. Women will play the victim. And the brother, all Tigger was doing was trying to get his phone back. And he has every right. That woman do not have a right to have his phone. Go to Proverbs 18:17. That woman do not have the right to have his phone. Proverbs 18:17.
17.
Yeah.
Done. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 17. He that is first on his own cause seemeth just.
It said he,
but his neighbor.
He that is first in his own cause seemeth just. In other words, he or she. And these sisters, not all the time, because some sisters, they come to you and they have a legitimate issue. But sometimes these sisters, they'll try to run to the elders and run to the brothers or run to another sister and tell their side of the story first to get you all sympathetic and butted up on their side. Not knowing you're supposed to do a diligent inquisition. Well, no, sis, that's your side, and I respect that, but I got to hear your husband. Matter of fact, we're not even talking anymore until I get your husband. Matter of fact, don't message me no more until you. Matter of fact, your husband should be messaging me. Next time we talk, let your husband contact me. Unless he gave you permission to contact me. And even then, I want to talk to him. Because when you put your narrative out there first, you try to paint the picture. Yeah, man, our brother was treating that sister wrong, and she was just, no. Hold up. Let me hear his side. There's his side, your side, then there's the truth somewhere in between there. But let me discern. Now, if there's witnesses and receipts, we're going to see who's lying and who's telling the truth. Read it again, Proverbs 18:17.
He that is first in his own cause seemeth just.
So now, any of y'all that know the story, let me know. I think Tigger got arrested for assault, I think from this incident, from her having a bruise on her. But then this video came out, and it showed he didn't assault her. He was just trying to get his phone back. Am I right? Because I ain't seen, I ain't followed Tigger since he was on, what was he on, 106 in Park?
Rap City, or yeah, Rap City.
Rap City? Yeah, I ain't followed Tigger since then. But is that the way the story went?
From what I've seen, Elder, she had the phone. She went through it like most women, same thing she didn't want to see and reacted.
Okay, Khan. And he was just trying to get the phone back from her.
Yep, and he was just trying to get the phone back from her. That's why you heard him when she said, like, you're stabbing my ear with my earring. Like, he didn't even realize some of the things that he was doing.
Right.
And it kind of irritated me in some of the comments, and why I have to get off social media at times and start reading comments, because I get irritated with situations like this. Like, you can really tell that he was not trying to step on her. He was not trying to put her earring in her ear. And then at the end of the day, at all of this, it came out that she's the crazy one. She's mentally off. She done kidnapped the daughter because she got a stable home there with Tigger. That's where the stable home is. And you want to take this child out of this stable home. And now you got kidnapping charges on you because you mentally off. Like, thin line between love and hate. Are you really hitting yourself with the apples and oranges and bananas?
Fine. Yep. Fine. That's a good point. That's a good point. Like, what was that? It was another movie like that. But I know Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Yeah, it was another movie like that, though. Them independent movies, they beat themselves, hit their face against the wall, all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to laugh because that's off, but I'll be like, that is just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Elder, I didn't even like to play sports that required anything that was going to make me get hit in the face.
Yeah, I mean, banging your face against the wall thing. He hit me. I'm like, I'm a man and I don't want to do that. Just beat myself up. I'm a man and I don't want to just, a nigga could take that pain. Nah, I don't want to just punch myself give myself a black eye. Crazy, man. These people are crazy, but they'll do that and then put a narrative out there. Read it again, Proverbs 18:17. This is some wicked ish in this world, man.
Right.
And you sisters better not be moving in that spirit. You better not be moving in that spirit. Right, go ahead.
He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him.
See that? But somebody gonna say, wait a minute, is there a video? Is there something circulating? Do they have a camera in there? Yo, let's try to figure out what really happened. But his neighbor gonna come and search him. You was lying on ticket the whole time. That man wasn't trying to smash no earring into your ear. And young man, he's under that effeminate vibration. Mr. Tigger, get off of her! Mr. Tigger, get off of her! You're literally stepping on her. He said, I'm not stepping on her. I'm not stepping on her. And Tigger wasn't using a force that he could have used. That's that. At the end of the day, even husbands, wives, that's that man's property. That's that woman's property. Now, some men, men, because they're the dominant figure of the head, I go through my wife's phone, but she can't go through my phone. But my only thing with that's the agreement in your household. Hey, that's between the man. I'm not going to really say that's wrong, but me personally, there should be no necessity for that. There should be trust. There should be, hey, I can answer your phone and I don't have to worry about going through it. But definitely, that taking a phone and going through it, because okay, you're gonna find something, now what? My mom's always said that to me. Be careful what you go looking for, because you just might find it. Now you find something, you dealing with somebody else, you talking to somebody else, da 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 da. And sisters, in the truth, you shouldn't be doing that, because a man can have more than one woman. Even if you might say, well, I feel like my husband's doing something off and I want to see, but the Spirit will reveal it in due time. I don't think you should be grabbing nobody's property and phone going all through. No. Their mother could be telling them something. Their brother, anybody. They could have texted something to them personal. Now you all in people's business, and that's not fair. Something going on, pray to the Most High that it be revealed, and if it's wrong, it be judged, and you make the according decision that you got to make when that time happens. Hopefully that time don't happen. But you see, people get in heated physical confrontations, verbal confrontations. It can lead to serious injury, possibly even death over them going through them phones. So just be mindful of that. But in this situation and in other situations, a woman can paint a narrative. They love to act like that damsel in distress. And you go and talk to the man, this damn woman lying, man. I ain't do none of that. She's trying to get people on her side. She's trying to get sympathy. She's trying to paint me as the bad guy. I told her to do something and she didn't do it, so I told her I ain't dealing with her. Or I punished her some kind of way, not physically or anything. I just I'm pushing back from you, babe. I ain't doing what I said I was going to do because you out of order. You don't know how to respect me and listen to me. Oh my God, he yelled at me and cursed at me and called me all kinds of B's out of my name. I never even yelled at her. What is she talking about? That damsel in distress spirit. And they'll try to get ahead of it to get people sympathetic and get them on their side. But the people they go to is simple, because you don't think they're going to investigate and see, well, wait a minute, let me hear the other side. Well, some people don't. They just take people's side and run with it. That's why they first in their own cause, they're going to seem just. Oh, they got out ahead of it early and they told me what happened. Right? But anyway, go back to 1 Peter 3. Yeah, we're going to start to wind down in a minute too. We're just going to get a few more key points. Of course, as usual, we can go on and on, but a couple more few points. Yeah, go back to 1 Peter 3. And I think we left off at 4. Yeah, 4. Read that, 1 Peter 3 and 4. You got it? 1 Peter 3 and 4. Somebody could read?
God, it's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 4. I was on mute, my fault.
Go ahead, okay.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh of a great price.
Right, a meek and a quiet spirit is in the sight of the Most High of great price. Go to real quick, still staying in Peter's. Go to Proverbs. Go to Proverbs 7 and 11.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 11. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
Read on.
Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner.
Read again, 11.
She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
Right, it says she's loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. This is talking about a harlot. But some of these women have the behavior of a harlot. Or they might have been like that in the world, and they come into that with Israel, and they still struggling and have not put on the new woman in Yahushua. Jump over to 9 and 13. Proverbs 9:13.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous.
Go ahead.
She is simple and knoweth nothing.
Right, a foolish woman she's full of clamor, loud, idle chatter, by unwise chatter, speaking ignorant and foolish. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. That mouth. That mouth, that mouth, that mouth. All right, go back. Read 1 Peter 3 and 4 again. It's like the movie theater. Silence is golden. Right. No folly. Right, 1 Peter 3 and 4.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh of great price.
Right, that meek and quiet spirit is what is in the sight of great price. Go back to Sirach 25.
Which one you want?
Start at 13.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 13. Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart.
Yeah, Sirach said, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, the plague of love. All right, and being in love to a point where you can't control it. All right, being to a point where that love got you like Solomon, it got you going off. Right, come on.
And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
Any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. I didn't say it, the Bible said, don't be mad at elder. I told the sisters I was coming for them.
God.
And I'm still laid back about it. But the Bible's saying what it's saying. He said, give me any plague but the heart and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Right, come on.
And any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me.
Jump down to 17.
Verse 17, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth.
Yeah, when a woman is off, a lot of times you can see the spirits on her. You can see the evil spirits. It said it's darkened her. She got a dark spirit about her. Look like a damn witch, a Jezebel. Because she got a wicked spirit. All right, so you don't want to be that. You don't want to be a woman that you so off. It start making you ugly. You ever hear her say she's a beautiful woman inside and out? She got a beautiful spirit, and because her inner beauty is affecting her outer beauty. Her inner spirit is shining through her physical appearance. But or people might say, oh, she's pretty on the outside but ugly on the inside. She's pretty, but she got a nasty attitude. Right, read on.
Right. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly.
Yeah, man. People gonna talk about your woman. And you're gonna sigh bitterly. She's known for being off. And also, that's going into how a man will complain about that woman. Yo, what I'm gonna do? Brother's gonna be like, damn, you look stressed, man. That woman's stressing you out. Yeah, I know Jake said you come to the job and Jake is usually chipper and da-da-da-da-da. Or after a week or two, yo, this dude ain't the same, man. What happened? Yo, that woman, man, or somebody that heard about it, yo, he going through a lot of issues with his woman, man. That woman be tearing that man down, man. She's nasty, she's negative. She always putting him down. He try to be a good man to her. She's never happy, never satisfied. He gonna sigh bitterly. Right, go ahead.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Right, see that? This Bible don't play, man. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Right, come on.
As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
Yeah, I've seen that many times too. How the hell did them two get together? He's a quiet, humble, laid-back brother. She's loud, wild, and it says, as the climbing up of a sandy way to the feet of an aged person trying to climb up a damn mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So is so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. That's why the scriptures say a silent and loving woman. Nobody want to hear all that cackling, man. Especially a quiet man, meaning a man that like peace. He don't like a lot of drama. He don't like a lot of arguing. Nobody really should like drama and arguing, but come on. Right, go ahead.
Stumble not at her beauty, at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure.
Right, don't stumble at the beauty of a woman and don't desire her for pleasure. That's how a lot of times the brothers get caught out there also. Because a lot of times, it's not going to work out. And if that woman is a so-called beautiful woman, a lot of times pride comes with that. You got to have a certain amount of money. I ain't got to listen to you. You don't rule over me. I'm beautiful. I'm pretty. I can get any man I want. You see this face. You see this body. You see how I dress. I get what I want from a man. So you don't want that, because A sincere Hebrew marriage shouldn't be based upon that. Come on. No, jump down to no, hold that. We're going to get into that in a minute. No, matter of fact, yeah, you can get that. Jump down to 23. Just you can skip 22, go to 23.
Done. Verse 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage.
Yeah, she weakens the courage, man. She can break you down. A wicked woman can start breaking you down. Breaking your confidence down, breaking your courage down. You know, you don't walk into a room and command it no more. You start getting spiritually, your spirit start getting stressed out and broken. Right? Come on.
A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart.
Good.
A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Yeah, man. You got a wife that you can't go to when you're going through something, it makes weak hands and feeble knees. It destroys you and breaks you down even more. You don't comfort your husband in the time of his distress. Oh, that nigga's a big baby. He always crying. He get on my nerves. Man up, deal with it. Always crying to me about something. Nah. Hey, babe, what's going on? You having a rough day out there? Most of the time, brothers need that from going out dealing in this world. I don't care if you got a job, a business, you're going out to take care of business, you got to run errands, you got to make moves throughout the day to do what you got to do, whatever. You got to go deal with family, friends, your children, whatever. It's stressful for an Israelite man in this kingdom. And you're not going to comfort your husband in distress, you're not submitting. You're not submitting to your husband as unto the Lord. Don't you want the Lord to comfort you in distress? Don't you want your husband to comfort you in distress? But you can't reciprocate? A husband and wife supposed to have each other back. And that's why I said communication is key. Because I can't even help you if I don't know what's going on. We're supposed to help each other, not using each other, not like that. I'm not talking about that. Help each other, build each other up. Submission. Come in order under the mission. Right? Come on.
Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died.
Yeah, because Eve was taken into transgression before Adam. Good.
Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
See that? You can't give no wicked woman liberty, man. You brothers gotta put your foot down. That's the saying I'm looking for. You brothers gotta put your foot down. Don't just let a woman be wicked and out of order and doing whatever. Then she controlling you, not submitting to you. She's causing drama. They start talking, yo, brother, man, get your wife in order. People start talking. She causing problems. You getting into confrontation because of her. Nah, you got to shut that down. Give the water no passage. Give the water no passage, and neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Right, read on.
If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go.
See that? Now that's where the debate about divorce comes in. Let's go to Matthew 19. Now, the reason why I'm incorporating this into this class, because what? If a woman don't want to submit to you in righteousness, according to, like we said, as it is fit in the Lord, if the man is moving as proper as he can in the spirit, what does that mean? Let me see who's thinking. If there's no submission, what does that mean? Anybody can answer that.
God. No respect.
No respect. No respect. No respect. Disrespect in all aspect. They got a Benjamin song like that. God. No respect. And I'm going to tell y'all again, if you in a marriage where there's no respect, I'll write the bill of divorce for you. Now they're going to get on me about that. Not supposed to divorce at all, unless it's death. Because you got some Israel they teach stricter with that, but we're gonna get into that in Matthew 19. And when a man and a woman are together and there's no respect on either side or no respect towards each other, you got no marriage there. I'll be the first to tell. I learned that from relationships, friendships, being in the truth camps, congregations. Get the hell away from people that don't respect you. I don't give a damn if it's your spouse, because disrespect leads to other things. That's why I said wives and husbands, but we dealing with women, right? I'm coming for you, women. Do not talk bad about your husband to another man or other people in general, because what? They're going to say you don't respect them, so they're not going to respect them. Then there's a chance that they can talk to other people. They're not going to respect them. And when people don't respect you, it leads from anywhere to slander to death. Get the hell away from that. You know what I'm saying? Unless it can be fixed. You know, unless it can be fixed. I don't know, because, well, hold up. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's go to, I don't want to jump the gun. Matthew 19:3.
Gun. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 3.
Salaki, everybody with me so far? Khan?
Khan.
Y'all understand the dynamic of how I'm, teaching a class and showing you the different angles? Khan? Because I could have just strictly read scriptures on submit, but there's channels and dynamics and layers to submitting and even not submitting. I'm trying to show you, both sides of the spectrum. All right. Matthew 19:3.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
See that the Pharisees, they was always tempting Yahushua, trying to ask him some trick question to trip him up. Is it lawful to put away your wife for every cause? Technically, the answer is no. And Yahushua going to tell him that. But we at HOI, the way we teach it is that scripture in Sirach 25, that can apply in certain situations. Now, Yahushua is going to give the only criteria for divorce right here. And a lot of Israel debate about that. No, if she don't commit adultery, I don't care if she calling the cops. I don't care if she trying to fight you. I don't care if she trying to kill you. You got to stay with her till death. That's not wisdom. So a woman trying to kill me and I'm supposed to stay with her? A woman, one time, a brother, this woman tried to burn his house down. Some damn left eye, Andre Rison stuff. There may be certain situations where it's like, look, divorce should be the last option, but this is toxic. This is going to cost me my life if I stay in this marriage. And then separating ain't really going to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So there are those certain situations in Israel. Divorce didn't become more major in Israel until around social media. Prior to that, you didn't really hear about divorce too much. Like when we was in One West, we heard stories behind the scenes. We heard people just got up and left. That's another thing. Some people might be like, look, I don't give a damn. I don't need no bill of divorce, nothing. I'm out. May the Most High have mercy. If y'all want to kick me out the congregation, I just won't congregate here no more, but I'm not dealing with that brother or sister. And I don't need no piece of paper. You have Israelites that have done that. I don't care how many scriptures you pull out, whatever. What can we do? Well, hey, look, you got to at least do a bill of divorce, so you gotta leave the congregation. Okay, but I ain't going to be with that person. So there are certain situations, but Yahushua is going to give the main criteria here. And who has the last word? Yahushua. But we don't discount Sirach 25 because there could be certain situations where a bill of divorce might be warranted. All right. Matthew 19 and 4.
Verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
Right. He said it, the Most High made them male and female from the beginning. This is another cut on the LGBTQXYZ community. The Most High made male and female from the beginning. Come on.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
Come on.
Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore Yahweh have joined together, let not man put asunder.
See that? So Yahweh said from the beginning, marriage was supposed to be lifelong. Marriage was supposed to be a lifelong thing. Because let me see, did I get to that verse yet? No, keep going. Read on.
They say unto him, why
okay,
did Moses...
yes, like that. Verse 6, Yahweh said from the beginning, let no man put asunder. Shout out to Brother Taj and Sister Carly. It's not over.
Right.
But anyway, let no man put asunder. It's not over. Once you got married, you're supposed to fight and keep that marriage till death do you part. Through sickness and health, through good times and bad. Those marriage vows are legitimate. That's how the Most High intended it from the beginning. Marriage was supposed to be lifelong. But what? Read on verse 7.
They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away?
See, they was trying to trap Yahweh. They was like, well, if from the beginning, it was let no man put asunder. But now Moses gave a bill of divorce. But Moses didn't get a bill of divorce. That was allowed. Moses was allowed to do that through the Spirit of the Most High. Right, come on.
He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so.
It said, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart, through the grace of the Most High, Moses was allowed to give Israel a bill of divorce. Look, y'all stubborn, y'all hard-headed, y'all can't get along, y'all don't want to be with each other, y'all don't respect each other, it's toxic. Okay, write a bill of divorce as a protection in case you want to get remarried so you don't be accused of adultery. Or, you just need something in writing because, you want to let it be known that you're not married. Because of certain situations and the hardness and stubbornness and rebelliousness of Israel's heart mind. Certain situations. Now, even in Israel, we always, from the elders I still respect on down, we always counsel people and say, listen, divorce should always be the last option. And we don't get a bill of divorce for any little stupid thing. It got to be a real serious situation, like life or death, or adultery, of course, like Yahweh Shah going to say here. But outside of that, you can try to work it out, even if you got to separate for a while. Right? Read on.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery.
So now Yahweh Shai said, whosoever put away his wife unjustly, you put away your wife unjustly. She didn't commit adultery. She didn't go off into another doctrine and don't want to be with you. Because Paul said in a situation like that, you're completely clear. You barely don't even need a bill of divorce because the woman is in another doctrine and she don't want to be with you no more. or the man is in another doctrine and he don't want to be with you no more. But it's still safe to get something in writing so they don't come back and say that's my wife or my husband. But basically, the bill of divorce was never meant from the beginning. So now Yahweh Shah is saying, listen, if Moses was allowed to issue that to Israel, but I'm saying to you, fix and fight for your marriages unless the woman commit adultery, because in the law, that's definite grounds for divorce. You know what I'm saying? Unless she commit adultery, Yahweh Shah is saying, listen, any other case scenario, you can try to work it out with your wife. Right, come on.
And whoso marrieth her which is put away doeth commit adultery.
Now you put that woman in a position to marry another man, and now she's committing adultery. Because technically she's still your wife. You put her away if she didn't commit adultery. Right? Read on that. Watch what the disciples going to say. Good.
His disciples say unto him, if the case of the man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry.
Right, because the disciples was like, damn, didn't. Because they knew about the bill of divorce with Moses. So they was like, you got to put up with anything from these women? You can't divorce them no matter what unless they commit adultery? Because what Israel had that hardness of heart. What if this woman is off and she, whatever. What if it might be something else she's just doing that's a complete turnoff and I want to get a divorce? But what Yahweh Shai, he's going back to the sanctity of marriage and saying, listen, exhaust all options. And you really shouldn't put away your wife except for adultery. But now we in this captivity, we in Babylon, we in this Western civilization. There may be certain situations. It is all, you got to have a council. It got to be multiple councils. You have to, divorce, if it is going to be that route, it only should be the last resort or only in a case of adultery. Everybody understand, Khan?
Khan.
But that lack of respect, or if you with somebody that just don't want to be with you, and that's disgusting, because in Israel we shouldn't be on that. You should be proving each other. That's why courting and proving is important. But am I to say that can't happen in this kingdom? No, that can't happen in this kingdom. And at the end of the day, a lot of brothers and sisters, you know what they're going to do? I don't want to be with them no more. I don't care what no elder, no camp, no congregation. If I can't be part of that congregation no more, because that congregation have rules and order. You just can't be sleeping with people or married for this time, and then you want to just go or whatever. We don't feel is a righteous reason for a bill of divorce, none of that, then no. All right, to hell with it. I'm still not dealing with that person, and we don't have the right. We can't put a gun to nobody's head and make them be with each other. We can throw them out of the camp all we want. That still ain't gonna make them be together. They just gonna go out there, do what they gonna do, and the Most High Yahweh Shah gonna deal with them. So that's what was going on. But if you don't want to be in subject to your husband, you don't want to submit yourself, rebellion, disrespect, no man wants to deal with that. And vice versa. No woman wants to deal with that. You don't want to respect your wife. You don't want to submit to her in righteousness as far as being in agreement with her and Yahweh Shai and submitting to what you're supposed to do as a man. Then yeah, it may be a turnoff. But those are things that can be worked on. Those are things that even if you got to maybe separate, take a break. But me, that's just me. Being with somebody that don't respect you, being with somebody that don't really want to be with you, they just going through the motions, being with somebody that talk bad about you to other people, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that, man. You do not want that. You know what I'm saying? They have no respect for you, and that's just a bad situation, Salakia. Where's that scripture? Somebody find that scripture real quick. the way of a man with his maid is in Proverbs. Who know where that's at? Let me blue letter it. Salakia. Proverbs 30 and 19. Let's go to Proverbs 30 and 19. Now, on the flip side of that, listen, can you get through a situation like that? Yes, you can. I'm talking about the bad talking about each other. Because sometimes, you know what couples do? They go through the worst thing. They say the worst issue about each other. You damn near think they hate each other, and they be right back together the next week. So that can happen too. That's why a lot of times when I hear stuff about couples, I hear what they going through. Whatever, they'll be bad. It could be some bad stuff. Y'all know that I done heard it all. I can't stand it. Oh my God, and she know what she did, and his brother. And then if you go to say something, a week later they looking at you. Oh, when I was mad, I heard what you said about my wife. I heard what you said about my husband. Now, I was feeding off what you said. I might have been like, yo, that's jacked up. That's off what they did to you. Now they back in love and they talk about you was talking about them. So that can happen too. Couples can go down to the pit of hell and then rise back up and be in heaven on a chariot the next week. So that happens. So that's that weird dynamic with couples. Proverbs 30 and 19.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 19.
Start at 18.
Verse 18. There be three things which are too wonderful for me, yea, four which I know not. The way of an eagle in the air.
Come on.
The way of a serpent upon a rock.
Right, the way of an eagle flying in the air, a serpent upon a rock. Go ahead.
The way of a ship in the midst of the sea.
Right, you see a ship surrounded by all that water and the ship is just gliding across the water. Come on.
And the way of a man with a maid.
And the way of a man with a maid, man. You know what I'm saying? The way of a man with his woman. You just don't know sometimes.
Right.
It's hard to figure out. You be like, damn, wasn't they about to kill each other last week? You know what I'm saying?
God.
Yo, that man, I'm finished with that woman, Elder. I'm telling you, Elder, that woman is off. Nah, Elder, don't nah, Elder, we don't need that counsel no more, Elder. We talked and everything. Matter of fact, last night it was peaceful in the house, man. We had a good time. The children was happy. You know what I'm saying?
God.
So you can't figure it out. So that's why a lot of stuff out here, I tell you, yeah, right. Y'all gonna be in bliss next week. But I'm talking about the spirit behind it. And I'm not talking somebody angry at the time, whatever. There's one that's slipping with his tongue, but not in his heart. They can say the worst thing about their spouse and go home to them that night. And probably go home and do the makeup thing. Y'all know we all grown. Go home and do the makeup thing and it's all good. Damn, yesterday that man was the devil. Yesterday she was Satan that. So I take that with a grain of salt. But I'm talking about somebody that's just like turned off and they just talking negative about their spouse to other people. Nah, that's a no. If that's not a way with his maid situation, or they just talking, it just sounds bad. It sounds real bad. But they're gonna be back together next week. But I'm talking about on a like, I don't respect them no more. Because I'm telling you that causes other people to lose respect. Like I said, I'll write out the bill of divorce. Israel could judge me, but I'll write out the bill of divorce for you. Because that's no respect right there. And then it other people start not respecting you, and that's not good. That is not good. And I'm cool with that. You don't respect. I get away from people that don't respect me. Like I said, I have personal experience with that, with camps, congregations, Israel, and the world, friends, family. And over the years, as I mature, I get that. And then people be like, well, then they want to act like you did something to them. Nah, I peep. You don't respect me. I'm getting the hell away from you. I had to put brothers and sisters out of the congregation. Now, you don't respect the elders. You don't respect me as an elder. Now, you got to go. And I don't want you to be around somebody that you don't respect. No. Your behavior says different. So, brothers and sisters, we dealing with y'all this week. Shut that mouth and stop running your mouth in a negative way about your spouse. And then a lot of times you're going to look like a fool when you right back up in your spouse's face, because people are going to be like, yo, you talked about him or her like a dog. Mainly him, because we're dealing with you women today. All right. So divorce shouldn't really be an option. Sisters, you just going to learn how to submit. And brothers, you're going to have to learn how to lead. All right. Go to Genesis 30:1. As a matter of fact, before we go there, go back to Titus. Let's finish. Peter's. Let's finish out Peter. First Peter 3 and 5. Go back to First Peter 3 and 5. I'm gonna just get a couple more, start winding it down. Of course, the class can always go longer.
This is the book of First Peter, chapter 3, verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy woman also, who trusted in Yahweh, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
There you go. How many times you might hear, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, they love and they was with their husband for 40 years. They love and respected their husbands. These women today, I don't know about these women today. Something wrong with them. I had elders tell me, elder women, and I got a little age on me, but elder women, 70s, 80s, how do y'all deal with these women of today? We wasn't like that in my generation. How do y'all deal with them? See, the more, that's why it tell you in Second Ezra, the world has waxed old. Meaning the more we in this world, the more it decays, not only physically, but spiritually and mentally also. The longer we're here, the worse this place gets. That's why I said in the old time, the women were in subjection to their husbands. Nowadays, I ain't listening to no man. They had a video like that. They said it was staged, but the woman that was getting married, and the pastor said to honor and obey. She said, no, I'm not honoring, obeying. I'm not obeying him. They said it was a skit, but the woman, or it might have been real. The woman was like, I'm not obeying him. I was like, damn. But they said it was a skit to show how women can be, into a marriage, and they like, look, I don't listen to you. You my husband, but I still don't listen to you, or whatever. They was trying to make a point with the skit. Or it might have been real. People were saying it was a skit. It looked real. They had some damn good actors if it was a skit, but it looked real. She's like, I'm not obeying him. All right. But it said they were in subjection unto their own husbands. Again, it wasn't up in some other man's face. Listen to what he got to say. All right. Read on. 3 and 6.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Right. Sarah obeyed Abraham. Go back to the matriarchs. Go back to Genesis and read about the matriarchs. They were obedient to their men. That's a whole nother section we can go into. The obedience. The subjection of our ancient foremothers, the matriarchs. Right? That's why I said the holy women also, for after this manner in the old time, the holy women also. The more the world progressed, the worse it got. The more you go back, the women were more in order and obedient and in subjection. They even call their men's Lord. All right. Shout out to SOT. They always saying out of one. The brothers call each other out of one. I don't know if I think the sisters call them out of one too. All right. That's respect, man. That's respect. I remember, yeah, shout out to AOC. They used to be like, yo, we call each other Lord. Just, even the brothers, you know, out of respect and love, like, yo, we went from, yo, my nigga, to like, yo, what's up, Lord? What's up, King? And even the women as a sign of reverence to their husbands, like Sarah did to Abraham, calling him Lord, or, you know, like we say, out of one. All right. Read on.
Whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement.
Right, whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well and not afraid with any amazement. The hell with what somebody going to say or think. I'm being in order as a woman of the Most High. It's shocking to you? Why is it shocking? Because we live in a wicked, rebellious, westernized, evil, worldly civilization? Right? Peter said, look, walk like that. Don't care what nobody think. That woman obeys her husband. She calls him Lord. She's in order under him. She's in subjection. You know, so that's where our foremothers came from. I think it was one more video. It was one more video with that dude Anton Daniels. Is about men being effeminate in the church. Because they ain't learning a damn thing in the church anyway. Pull that. I know I wanted the article, but I might close out on that. I think it's one more video from that brother Anton Daniels. Pull that one up. Oh man, it's 5. Okay. All right. We're gonna move it up for the sake of time. Can you find it? Oh, Iowa Paul left. All right, until he find that video, let's go to Genesis 30:1. So keep this in mind, sisters, when you're subject and submitting to your husband, it's like you're submitting to the Lord. But he's still a man. His power still comes from the Most High. And then sometimes y'all use that, well, you just a man. I really submit to the Most High, which is true to a degree, because you should always, your first maintenance shall be with the Most High. Be making sure you're serving the Most High. Your husband might be going off, and you praying for him. You know, you're not divorcing him. You're not trying to get in his face. You're not trying to be negative with him. But you see, he going off on some things. I gotta pray for my husband. He been going off lately. But I'm still doing the right thing by the Most High Yahweh Shah. You know, obey, being subject to your husband as is fit, like we read in Colossians 3:18. All right, but remember, he still has to serve and get his power from the Most High. He's still a man. Genesis 30:1.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 1. And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children or else I die.
See that? Rachel said, look, give me children else I die. I'm going to die if I don't have a child. She tried to come at Jacob and put that pressure on Jacob. But come on.
And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel. And he said, am I in God's stead, who have withheld from thee the fruit of the womb?
Right. You in subjection to your husband, but remember the power still comes from the Most High. Okay? The man said, I'm not the Most High. I can perform the act all I want. Who is closing up your womb? So understand that balance too, sisters. The man, yes, he's the head. You submit to him, you be in subjection. But remember, he is still of the Most High. He can't do nothing without the Most High. So she going to Jacob like, I'm not the Most High. I perform the act, but the seed and the sperm and the egg getting together, the Most High still the one that make that happen. Okay? Right? That's sometimes pressure is put on you, and things that are put on you that's out of your power. Whether it's as a husband, you know, I use myself as an example, a camp leader, an elder. You can be the manager on the job, you know, and it's like, how come we ain't making more sales? Look, I'm doing everything. I can't physically go out there and make the people come in and buy the product. We're advertising, we're giving sales, we're doing promotion, everything, but the customers ain't coming. But I gotta fire you. Okay, but it's still not my fault. Rachel's like, give me children or I'm gonna die. Jacob like, I'm not the Most High. And he got mad. He checked her like, why you coming at me? I'm doing what I got. I'm doing my part. You're not getting pregnant. Okay? And what happened? What happened when Rachel had Benjamin, she died. After Rachel, when you read the story, after Rachel had Benjamin, she died. Because the Most High checked her. Because she said, you give me children or at least I die. And the Most High said, no, I'm going to give you a child and you're going to die. Because Jacob is not me. Jacob is my son. He's the progenitor of the house of Israel on the earth. He's your husband and your head on the earth. But I'm the one that gets you pregnant. I'm the one that allowed the egg and the sperm to come together. Okay? All right, so, you know, sisters, don't put pressure on your husbands when it's things out of his hand. It's things that he have no control of. Just because he's the head and you're in subjection under him, there's still things that he's still going to have to wait on the Most High for. All right, go from there to Luke 17 and 32. I'm still waiting to see if they're going to get that video. Luke 17, 32.
The book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 32. Remember Lot's wife.
What did it say?
Remember Lot's wife.
Remember Lot's wife. Right? Again, all power is of the Most High Mashiach Yahushua. When Lot told his wife, look, you can read the story in Genesis 19. He told his wife what the angels told him. Let's get out of here. Don't turn back. Don't try to go back for nothing. Don't try to hold on to these cities. Let's go. Let's flee out of here. And what did Lot's wife do? She turned back and got turned into a pillar of salt. Don't even, if I said I'm going to destroy this place, don't even worry about it. Don't even look back to see what's going to happen. And what happened? She turned back and got turned into a pillar of salt. She didn't obey Lot. And Lot was obeying the Most High. That's kind of what we just was bringing with the comparison with Genesis 30, Jacob was like, I can only do what I can do. The Most High got to open your womb. So likewise, Lot was like, look, the Most High told me, don't look back. Don't look back. You're going to be destroyed. Just let it go. And Lot's wife looked back, and boom, she got turned into a pillar of salt. She got judged right along with Sodom and Gomorrah and the other cities. All right. So when you understand that dynamic, you got to understand a lot of times, sisters, listen to your husband and obey him, because you can cause a judgment to come upon yourself because you're not listening to something that the Most High, a message or something the Most High showed him in the spirit to relate to you. You know, babe, it's something on my spirit I need to talk to you about. I don't think you should, the spirit showing me, I don't think you should do that. Well, I gotta do what I gotta do, and when you know, and when you ain't doing nothing, and you know, because women do that, it's gonna come that, well, what are you doing? And I shouldn't do that. What are you doing? Well, no, I'm just saying, I don't, you know, look, let's troubleshoot. Let's think of something else. You know, or maybe you have another idea that the spirit will be like, yeah, hey, you know, that's cool. Or anything. Hey, babe, I don't think you should eat popcorn at night because it gets stuck in your teeth. I don't know. It could be anything, you know, but listen, because a lot of times that rebellion, I ain't going to say you're going to turn into a pillar of salt like Lot's wife, Lord forbid, but listen to your husband. He's your head, your guide, you know. That's what them brothers on that one podcast, that brother, that was in the spirit. He didn't mention money or material things or your status in this world. He mentioned spiritual and emotional things. He said you should submit to that also. Sometimes, you know, it's communication. Men, you know, we spot, we got the sense of protection. So a lot of times we spot danger, for lack of a better word, danger. We spot things or we see things that the woman might not see. She's, you know, but the men like, nah, hold up, babe. You know, especially when it comes to other men. That's why when men see a woman and no man around, they're more quicker to want to take advantage. They're more quicker to think they can get over on a woman. But when here come a man, no, damn, that's a man. Because men know men, he gonna see me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, do that submission and you'll go a long way in righteousness. All right? So read that. Wait a minute. Did I call something?
Nah, 17 and 32, Luke, but
okay.
Remember Lot's wife.
First Timothy 5 and 6. Lot's wife, y'all can read in Genesis 19. That could be homework for y'all. 1 Timothy 5 and 6.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 5, verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
What the Lord say?
But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Right. The Lord says, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Why are you worried about the worldly things? And a lot of times, what happens, even being in this truth, sisters, a lot of times you don't want to submit, or the word gives you the word gives you COVID-19 at the mention of it, because what? You dealing with the ways of this world. You dealing with the pleasures of this world. One of the pleasures of this world is women are like, no man rules over me. The independent spirit. That's a pleasure of this world. She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. I'm an independent woman. You're dead. You're spiritually dead, the Lord said, because you're not living for the Most High and Yahweh Shah. You're living for this world, and this world is dying. All right, jump down to Jump down to 14.
Verse 14. I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Now, they was going into widows. They was comparing older to younger widows. And it was like the younger ones, just go ahead and marry. The older ones, you know, it's probably wise to just stay by yourself. You're older, your husband passed, you don't want to try to go and remarry. And so the younger women, and they're younger, they're like, look, my biological clock's still ticking. I can get me another husband. But this is for women in general also. Read it again. 1 Timothy 5:14.
I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Right, don't give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Right, go ahead.
For some are already turned aside after Satan.
Right, and Paul was giving spiritual advice. Marry, guard the house. Don't give no occasion to Satan. Don't let people come into your household and be a negative influence, because some are already turned aside to Satan. Some have already fell victim to that. Some have already let Satan into their homes by way of other evil, negative people that give none occasion. That goes back to watch how you talk about your spouse to other people. And don't, another thing, brothers and sisters, don't let nobody talk bad about your spouse. That's even worse. You talk bad about it because you're probably angry, you tired of his stuff, familiarity breeds contempt, you see the same routine with them, it gets redundant, you turned off or you're bored or you just don't like it, but that's them. But on the flip side of that, sisters, don't let nobody sit there and talk bad about your spouse, your husband. Women, men, especially men. Don't sit there and let no man talk bad about your husband. You give an occasion to the adversary. And you shouldn't be doing that, Israel. I don't give a damn how close, whatever. Like I said, I know about confiding, talking when you're angry. It's the spirit you're doing it in. But outsiders, you know, nobody could talk bad to me about my wives. Hell no. Elders or something, they may see something, be like, elder, you know, everything all right? Or, you know, I saw this. They're more so telling what happened, and, you got to regulate that, elder. You know, we don't want nothing to turn into an issue. But nobody could come up to me and just be talking all kinds of crap up there, talking negative to me about my wives. No. Hell no. I don't give a damn who you are. But people do that also. And guess what? That causes problems. Down the line, that causes problems because what? It goes into the lack of respect. And if you sit in your ass there, you supposed to be my wife, and you letting other people talk bad about me, I'm writing out the bill of divorce. You don't respect me, they don't respect me, and other people don't respect me. That's no good. You supposed to be my wife? Or on the flip side, you supposed to be and you just sitting there going along with people talking about me?
Wicked.
Or who don't like me, or who this, or who that? No. And if something do come, you check it. Look, listen, watch your mouth about my spouse, yo. The hell you talking about? Or if you hear something about somebody talking about my spouse, I'm checking them. Or you need to check them if you're really my friend. Don't sit there and just let somebody, who does that? How do you sit there and talk about the person you with, or worse, allow somebody to talk bad about them, and you just there, yeah. Yeah, my husband ain't no good. He's off. Or even if you say, hey, you know, You might, all right, that was wrong what he did. He need to work on that, but hopefully he repent from that. Say something in the defense. I'm telling situations like that, I'll write the bill of divorce.
Right.
I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. I'm saying those are them type of situations that, hey, this marriage might need to be ended because disrespect, lack of respect leads to my life being in danger. And I'm trying to live to see Yahweh shall come till them chariots fly. So, there's situations, especially in this captivity, there's situations that come up. We know we got scriptures and things of that nature, but we got common sense, we got wisdom. And then along with common sense and wisdom, we go back to scripture, of course. All right, so read on.
If any man or woman that believeth,
it's jumping back into the widows, but that's mainly going into the widows, but that's for younger women in general. Marry, guide the house, don't give no occasion to Satan. Don't let them, come in and cause confusion. Right, go from there to Luke chapter 10, verse 38. This is just another attribute of how a woman should be righteous and always putting the Most High first. And if you do that, if you do have a husband, you're gonna be in submission to him because you put the Most High and His Word first. So the Spirit is going to guide you on how to deal with your husband. All right, Luke 10:38.
Done. Book of Luke chapter 10, verse 38. Now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house.
Good.
And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Yahushua feet and heard his word. But Martha was cumbered about much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. And Yahushua answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things.
Salakia, I was trying to look up this word. Start again from the top, Salakia King.
Khan. Now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Yahushua's feet and heard his word.
Right, so that's important because it says Mary sat down at Yahushua's feet to hear the word. All right, it says she sat down and was like, I want to hear this good word you're going to bring out to us. What the Spirit going to have him say to us or whatever, right? All right, so Salakia, read again from the top.
Now it came to pass, as they went, that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Yahushua's feet and heard his word. But Martha was cumbered about much serving.
Oh, Salakia, let me pull this up again. Say something for a minute. I want to pull that word up, Salakia. Somebody say something for a minute.
What word you wanted? Cumbered?
Huh?
What word you wanted? Cumbered?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. It was silence in the heavens for the space of a half an hour. Nobody couldn't add on nothing. All right, 10 and 40 again.
But Martha was cumbered about much serving.
Right, she was distracted. The word cumbered means distracted with much serving. Good.
And came to him and said, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me.
So Martha wasn't necessarily doing anything wrong. She wanted to, she wanted to show hospitality and serve Yahushua, right? Which was actually the right thing to do. But what's most important, right? Go ahead.
And Yahushua answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things. But one thing is needful, and Mary have chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her.
Right. So they both, they both did the right thing technically. But Yahushua said, what's the most important? She sat down and wanted to hear the word from me. Right? She wanted to get spiritually filled. I understand you want to serve. Oh, he's here, he's a guest, but, sit down and hear this word. Then everything else comes after that. So Martha technically wasn't wrong. She was trying to show Yahushua hospitality, but Yahushua just taught her a lesson that the word is what's most important. That's first and foremost. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Father. So I brought that out to show that sisters, no matter what, always put the Most High first. But don't let that be a thing that you can use for rebellion. I don't have to listen to no man. I put the Lord. It should coincide with each other. Look, I put the Lord first. I obey my husband, my Lord, my outer one, right? My king, my malak. You know what I'm saying? My prophet, whatever. I don't know, my servant. I obey him because what? I put the Most High first, and that's what I'm commanded by the Most High. So I obey my husband. I do what the scriptures say. I'm in subject to him. All right. I let him lead. I'm being sarcastic because I actually don't like that saying. I let him. You don't let him do a damn thing. A lot of women say that. No, I don't like that. Even though it's technically not wrong with saying it. Yeah, I let my husband lead. Whatever. But you don't let him do nothing. The Most High does. All right. So I'm kind of 50-50 with that whole statement. You let a man do. All right. But if you don't let him, the Most High gonna force you. So did they ever get that video? Aria Ainwa Par, did y'all get that other video? It was a video by on Anton Daniels' YouTube page. Them brothers may not even be here. All right, is Ainwa Par Aria on. I had two more things I want to show, and that was gonna be it. I was gonna get my last scriptures, and but they had the articles that I sent. It's Iowa Paul or Aria in the Zoom. They had two. I had two last article. Well, one video and just a screenshot of a definition, overview, commentary, overview. Them two, and then a couple more scriptures. I was going to close it out.
I don't see them on here.
Huh?
I don't see them on here.
All right. They're not on. I guess the brothers dropped off or something happened. Go to let's go to Titus. Let's go to Titus, the 3rd chapter. Titus, matter of fact, give me 2. Titus 2 and 1.
It's the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 1. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity.
2 and 1. Titus 2 and 1. But speak thou
the things which become sound doctrine.
Right, and part of the sound doctrine is the household. That's a major part of the sound doctrine, the role of the husband, the role of the wife. Right, come on.
That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience.
Good.
The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
See that? Those are the attributes that an elder woman should have. And any sister that's been in Israel for a certain amount of years, and especially have a certain age, you should be able to be a guide and a teacher to the younger women. All right? And you younger women should be seeking to the elder sisters. Now, a sister may be older, but she's new to the truth. But that's okay. But as she learned in the scriptures, she has life experience. So really all she got to do is start to learn the scriptures, and she can match that with her life experience and be a guide to the younger women. You already have life experience. So now all you got to do is get them scriptures under the belt. But you can be a guide to the younger women with that combination. Right? Come on.
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
Right, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Good.
To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed.
Right, so they don't make the word of the Most High look bad. So you be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. Obedience, subject, submission. You see how the words tie in together? And this is the Bible saying this. Oh, elder just said the women got to bow down. No. The Lord said it, and I'm saying it too. In righteousness. Remember, what's the scripture we started with? Submit yourselves unto your husbands as fit in the Lord. Brothers got to be moving properly in the spirit. All right, but don't use no excuses to be rebellious as hell. Or he left his socks on the floor the other day. This ain't no man of the Lord. What man of the Lord leave his socks on the middle of the floor? Just stupidity, man. Looking for any little thing so you can be rebellious and stubborn. Don't do that. But it says in verse 4, that they teach the young women to be sober. Because what? The elder women should be like mother figures to the younger women. Yeah, you got your biological mother, you got Miss Green down the block, and you called her your mother. But the women in this truth that are of age, they should be like spiritual mothers, and we need more of that. In HOI and sisters in general. I'm here to tell you, elders, you sisters need to work on the sisterhood. And the brothers, we have our brotherhood, but we can improve the brotherhood. But you sisters, you need to work on the sisterhood. And I'm going to leave that right there. All right. Yeah, it's gotta get stronger and more solidified, and be there more for each other and build each other up. All right. But it said that they may teach the young women. Go to the Apocrypha, History of Susanna, real quick. A lot of these women are not submissive and not dealing with the Most High on a certain level because they haven't been taught. They haven't been taught how to do that, even in this truth. Sisters are coming from all walks of life. All the women in their family might have been Jezebels, whores, harlots, ratchet, running from man to man. You don't know. That's all they've been around. Now they need sisters, elders, women in this faith that's going to properly guide them. All right. History of Susanna 1 and 1. Well, there's only one chapter, verse 1. This is linking with Titus 2 and 4 about the teaching, man, teaching the younger women. All right. A lot of them don't know how to submit because they wasn't taught. They don't know how to be in subjection because they don't know how to be obedient because they wasn't taught. They had no examples. Yeah, men can come along now, and the senior men, elders, we can do classes for them. But they need living examples. They need other sisters that's going to give them the word, elder sisters that's going to talk to them like a mother figure. Elder, we need to have a class on this. Have you talked to your sisters and got some edification from them? We can do a class on any damn thing. On any subject at any time. We can do several classes on them. And most likely have. You just didn't run across those lessons or whatever, maybe. Because it's hundreds of lessons. But, get your living examples from the brothers and sisters you be around. Right? Go ahead.
There dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim. And he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelseas, a very fair woman and one that feared the Most High.
Go ahead.
Her parents were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses.
See that? It said that her parents, Susanna's parents, were also righteous, and they taught her according to the laws of Moses. That's why when you read this story, more homework for y'all, read the whole story of History of Susanna. Some Babylonian judges tried to rape her, and she cried. She did what the law was, what she's supposed to do in the law. In the law, you're supposed to cry out. Because if you don't cry out, it's like you went along with the rape, with the grape, the sexual assault. Salaki, I don't want to get a strike on the channel. It's like you went along with it. But if you, help, please, you fight, help, please, no, somebody, they're more likely than not somebody will hear and they can come to your aid. But if you don't cry, it's like you went along with it. But somebody might put their hand over your mouth. Somebody might drug you. Somebody might, put that cloth over your face and make you pass out. So in that case, you couldn't cry out. But in the law, it says that in the law. When a man tries to take hold of a woman and take her, she's supposed to cry out. Right? She's supposed to cry out. And that's what Susanna did. Why? Because she was taught the law of Moses by her mother and father. right? So a lot of times sisters don't know how to move because they haven't been taught. They don't know how to be a woman of the Most High. They don't know how to submit under a man and be in righteousness because they were not taught. All right, you have to be taught. It said her parents was also righteous and taught her the laws of the Most High. A lot of these sisters wasn't taught how to be women of the Most High. All right, so from there, I wanted them articles, but
Block, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I got the article with the submission.
Okay, all right, so pull that up.
Okay.
You got the video?
Let me see.
It's something about the men in the church are weak.
Oh, no strong men in the church. Yeah, I got that one as well. That's
Yeah,
what you want?
Yeah, that's what I want, and then I want the article about submission.
Okay. All right. All right, so I'm playing that one first. Let's see.
Go ahead, the water.
Okay.
I want to hop in on this discourse about there being a masculinity crisis in the church and bring Christian women into reality. What Christian women are observing is a phenomena that is playing out on a global scale. If you look at current stats and data, they show that there's a regression in labor force participation of men. There are less men working, less men in education, getting higher education. We also see that as far as home ownership goes in the United States, women have surpassed men in home ownership. Women were under gender-based oppression for, I don't even know how many generations. And within 2 generations of having the right to meaningfully participate in society, women have already surpassed men and many of the major this is something that I have many answers as to why this is the case. I have many answers as to why. One of those answers being that women were socialized in a way that required for them to be independent. Women were socialized to have to be able to work, not just when I talk about work, I'm talking about the domestic sphere. There are many skills that running a home teaches you, right? It's almost like
Yeah, Slocky, this reception is going crazy.
All right, don't worry about it. She was saying how men are weak.
Any of the major metrics of achievement.
She was saying a lot of the men. Don't worry about it. It's taking too long to play. She was talking about how a lot of the men in the church were weak, but then she started going off into how women are surpassing men in society. Which, I mean, that may be true in certain instances, careers, salary, home ownership. All right, that may be true in certain aspects, right? But I wanted to finish the video out because I think she got back to the church. But she was saying it's just a weakness of men in the church. There was another video where a sister was saying there's a lot of effeminate men in the church, right? So the reason for that is what? Because the Most High, give me Isaiah 13. What did the Most High say about the Israelite man? All right. Give me Isaiah 13 and 11. Yeah, in the churches and wherever the hell else you looking, yeah, more likely than not, you're going to find weak men. But she started going off into financial stuff, and she started going off into material things, you know. Oh, men don't own homes like women, whatever. I don't know. I'm not an expert at statistics. Like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, she's true. That's what Sanaa Lathan made that movie Something New. That was based upon that. Back in, I think, 2006. They were trying to promote divesting and interracial marriage more amongst Black women because they were saying so-called Black men, we just dealing with Judah, don't meet the same financial equality as so-called Black women, and they are tired of meeting men that's not their equal or greater. Which kind of shows how shallow you are, because you basing your marriage of lifestyle on if the man makes the same as you as more. Which is nothing wrong with that if that's your preference, but that can be kind of shallow. Because you're not even considering, well, is he a man of the Lord? Is he a spiritual man? He may not have the same salary or may have as much as me, but is he a good protector? Is he going to guide me? Whatever. Can he show me something new, something different? Give me some kind of new knowledge. Of course, if it's a brother in the truth, can he lead me to the Most High Yahweh Shai and hopefully the kingdom? Can he teach me about dressing modest and not showing my body and looking like I'm out there for sale? They're not asking these things. They're saying men are not meeting our requirements of making the same of us as us or more. We're not meeting men on our same professional level. And they were saying straight up, we don't want the garbage man. We don't want the fireman. We don't want the blue collar job brothers that probably make decent money. They probably make decent money. But that's what that movie was. And Oprah Winfrey was a major endorser of that movie. But the movie flopped. It didn't do what it was supposed to do. Sanaa Lathan was supposed to be showing that so-called Black women are going to start divesting and dating outside of so-called Black men because they're not meeting up to us. So fine.
Salakia, what movie was that?
Something New with Sanaa Lathan.
Oh, Something New. Okay, I heard of that.
Yeah, Something New with Sanaa Lathan. That whole movie concept was based upon that. It was a large disparity, they claim, in the so-called African-American community between the man and the woman dynamic of financial and salary status. So even if all that is true, look where you're looking in the church and everything, the men are effeminate or they weak. But then that weakness, the meaning of that weakness for you is, they're not leveling up with the material success that we have. So therefore, we're not marrying them. But you see the warped psychology? You see where their mind is at? Their mind is not on, I should be seeking a man of the Lord first and foremost. And then, okay, you're going to the church where the church ain't teaching the men. The church is the one that's making the men effeminate. Because there's a weak spirit in there. From Kirk Franklin, T.D. Jakes on down. There's an effeminate spirit in the church. So the church is the ones that's teaching them to be feminine. Read what you got, Isaiah 13 and 11.
The book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
See that? The Lord said he's going to punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. So that's why the church it got a bunch of effeminate men in there also. They all being lined up for America to be the modern Sodom and Gomorrah. That's actually prophecy. That's more sodomites and abominations that the Lord gonna burn up in nuclear fire. Right, go ahead.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Right, the Israelite man is going to be made more precious than fine gold, even the finest gold, some of the finest gold on the earth. Meaning what? You're going to be the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop. The choicest men on the planet are going to be the Israelite men, the servants of the Lord. So yeah, you're going to find weak, effeminate men in the church. You're going to find weak men over here. You're going to find men that don't level up to your material success. Because that's not what the Lord is going to make shine in the last days. He's going to make men. And all that, if it be his will, he can give to his righteous men. Those are material things. The Lord said, I can make a rich man, I can make a man rich overnight. It's easy to make a poor man rich. I'm paraphrasing. But what? This is the mind frame. This is the mind frame. So you think a woman like that going to be in subjection to a man? Hell no. Maybe if she come in the truth and get her mind and spirit right and get that way, get rid of that way of thinking. But she's not going to be in subjection to her own husband, as also say as unto the Lord. All right, pull up that article now. Well, the screenshots of the
I'm gonna share the article right now.
All right.
Yeah, it's a lot, like they say. Bear with me.
Yeah, there's been technical stuff all day, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know one thing. I might have to move on up from the iPhone. I'll tell you that much.
Oh man.
All right, so I got it right here. Let me share it right now. Article, share screen. 2, 1, go. Con.
It said
It's the one, right? Submission?
Yeah. Okay. Submission. Why is it not a bad word, but to submission in marriage? All right, keep scrolling up. All right. Let me. Okay, there you go. That's better. All right. It said, "Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord." Ephesians 5:22. Most women read this scripture and think, "Submit who, me? No way. I am. No way am I submitting to a man. No way am I letting a man run my life." Women have spent so many years building their independence at home and in the workplace that the thought of submission sounds like the Bible wants to send us back to the Stone Age. However, after studying this short scripture, I realized the actual content. Enduring Word Commentary gives a great explanation. Submission does not mean inferiority, Salakia. As well, submission does not mean silence. Submission means submission. There is a mission for the Christian marriage, and that mission is obeying and glorifying the Most High. The wife says, I'm going to put myself under that mission. That mission is more important than any Salakia. That mission is more important than my individual desires. Remember, Genesis 3:16 says, thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over you. So sometimes we got to put away our personal feelings and emotions to do what the Most High requires of us, especially towards our spouses. I'm not putting myself below my husband. I'm putting myself below the mission that the Most High has for our marriage, for my life. Right? That's another way to look at it, so you don't look like you going up under some man somewhere. I love this. Wives and future wives, you are submitting to God's mission for your marriage. Dr. Tony Evans' commentary really opened my eyes. The purpose of marriage and family is to advance God's kingdom in history through replicating the image of God and exercising dominion over the earth. If the husband and wife are out of alignment with that, the Most High's blessing will not flow and his kingdom will not advance. The Most High intends marriage to model the love of Yahushua for the church and the response of the church to Yahushua for the world to see. The passage is not talking about a distinction in value or personhood. The Most High, the Son, is equal in essence to the Most High, the Father. They're going off there into the Trinity. But he is subordinate to him in function. But I see what they're saying. They try to say Yahweh and Yahushua is equal, but Yahushua is still subordinate in function, which that's that Trinity madness. But Yahushua is under the Most High. There's an order to everything. 1 Corinthians 11:3. Likewise, a wife is equal to her husband in her being. Both are made in the Most High's image, but the Most High has created a wife to function in a significant but subordinate role to her husband. That's what I began. I showed the significance of the creation of the woman, but she's still subordinate to her husband. In the Lord, of course. Let's also remember that the rest of the scripture says, as to the Lord. So what does that mean? The husband's authority has limitations then. The husband's authority has limitations then. He cannot ask his wife to submit to anything outside of God's will. The wife submits within boundaries. These the boundaries of the Most High's laws, of course. These commentaries clear up a lot, at least for me. Ultimately, the husband cannot lead the wife to sin or anything outside of the Most High's will. And if he does, the wife does not have to submit to him. Did you know there were boundaries to submission? We are following Yahushua. We call they call Christ. We call Yahushua, of course. And as long as your husband follows Christ, 1 Corinthians 11, there should be no hesitation in following him. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua. God is a God of order. The Most High is a power of order and structure. Let's look at 1 Corinthians 11:3. But there's one thing I want you to know. The head of every man, that's the NLT version, the head of every man is Christ. The head of the woman is man, and the head of Christ is God. There it is, structure and order. Once we go out of order, we are out of alignment. Man was created first, and woman derived from man, just as Christ from God. There must be order. Order is put in place to prevent chaos and confusion. Again, submission does not mean women are inferior, because the Most High created us all in his image. We all have equal value. Submission in marriage is a mutual commitment, the husband to the Most High and the wife to the husband. The husband has to submit just as the wife does. Here is one commentary from my personal Bible, the Life Application Study Bible. Thus, the Most High calls for submission amongst equals. He did not make the man superior. He made a way for a husband and wife to work together. Yahushua also thought equal with God the Father, submitted to him to carry out the plan for salvation. Likewise, although equal to man under the Most High, the wife should submit to her husband for the sake of their marriage and family. Submission between equals is submission by choice, not by force. Again, I want to reiterate that submission is not a bad thing. The world has made it seem bad, but the Most High makes it good. It doesn't make, scroll up, it doesn't make you smaller or insignificant. On the contrary, it makes you a partner and fulfills a bigger purpose for the kingdom of the Most High. Every day we submit to laws made by leaders of our country. We submit to the rules of our employer. We submit to dozens of worldly things, sometimes by force, where we have no other choice. However, the Most High is not a forceful power. We all have free will to submit to him, whether directly or through marriage. The difference is the reward for submission to Yahweh for far outweighs anything this world can give us. I encourage you, if you had a negative view on Salakia, if you had a negative view on what submission looked like in marriage or in your relationship with the Most High, renew your mind and look at it with new eyes. I pray that the scales have been removed and you are now in a posture of submission. Yours truly, Mo. So, all right, there was a few bones in the article, but overall, the article is right. It's a submission in a sense of order. Now, he tried to go into the man ain't really above, and he was using a little language in there trying to take away from the man being the head or the leader. All right, but the commentary was pretty good. It was on point, and that's what the submission is really all about. But yes, the man is the head. All right, they try to kind of like get around that in some slick way, but no. All right, so I think that's it. I had that AI overview, but do y'all still have that too?
Yeah, Khan, the one you sent me, the two images.
With the black in the background. Let's get those and then we'll close it out.
Okay. Huh.
All right. What does the Bible say about the wife submitting to her husband? The Bible instructs wives to submit to their husbands as to the Lord. However, this is deeply tied to a context of mutual submission and sacrificial love. Husbands are commanded to love their wives just as Yahweh loved the church, even to the point of self-sacrifice. Key biblical passages regarding this role include Ephesians 5:22-23. We're going to read that in closing. Colossians 3:18. We read that earlier. Next page. Ooh. It says, all these scriptures we basically read. Colossians 3:18 instructs wives to submit to their husbands directly, followed by commanding husbands to love their wives, not be harsh with them. 1 Peter 3:1-7 encourages wives to win over their husbands through a respectful and pure lifestyle. Also commands husbands to honor their wives as heirs with you of the gracious gift of life. Ephesians 5:21, just before the instruction for wives, the Bible calls on all Christians to submit to one another out of reverence for Christ, for Yahweh Shai, emphasizing a mutual respect All right, emphasizing a mutual respect and humility in marriage, in the marriage, Salakia. Read the full context of these instructions in Ephesians 5 on Bible Gateway, or explore the perspectives detailed in the Focus on the Family submission guide. So basically, just an AI overview of what we was already going over, and let you know, even the Christian scholars, commentators, AI overview, they understand what submission, wives submit to your own husbands as unto the Most High means. Let's get it and close with that. Ephesians 5 and 22.
Wake up, pimp.
Yeah.
Then your ass on about this car, man. You and this motherfucker stressed out.
Who's that?
Sit back in the back. I don't sit out here and I understand all that, but you realize you was just sitting here.
Yeah, Con, we good.
Somebody go on mute. Wake up, pimp. The hell is going on?
It's the book of
Ephesians 5.
Ephesians 5 and 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
Start at 21.
Verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of Yahweh.
Good.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
So there you go. Like I said, we read this in the men's class because it's mutual. But there's an order. Yes, you submit one to another, but wives submit to the husbands as unto the Lord. Good.
For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Yahushua is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body.
Good.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Yahushua, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Good.
Husbands, love your wives, even as Yahushua also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
Good.
For no man ever hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth, even as the Lord the church. For we as members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they shall two be one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Yahushua and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband.
There you go. All right. Like I said, like we read in the opening class concerning the men. So it's mutual. All right, sisters, don't get, the men, we got to just bow down to the men. It's mutual. We bow to the Yahushua. We bow to the Most High, Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua, and reverence and be in subjection and submission. There's an order. 1 Corinthians 11, the Most High, Yahushua, man, woman, child. But let's keep that order and follow that order. All the other wickedness and evil, no. Let's get it together. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. By Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments?
Mighty class, elder.
God, all praise to the Most High Mashiach Yahushua. Kwame Shalom. All right, family. So, brief meeting I don't have much to go through. I just want to announce the upcoming events, and that's it. And then we can close out in prayer. Unless anybody have questions or comments, we can put stuff in the chat. We can discuss stuff throughout the week. We have the Monday night men's call. We can fill everybody in. What's coming up? The July 13th, Monday, this Monday, July 13th. New moon 5th month is coming up. HOI and Y and J, we will not be gathering anywhere. Most likely we'll just have lives on. All right. Yeah.
Are we still live? It still says live. It still says live on my phone.
On what?
YouTube.
Oh, cut the YouTube. Yeah, cut the YouTube.
Okay, Carl.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Let's see.
You'll close it out. All right, we ready, Ak? Did y'all close it out?
It still says live on my end. Still says we closed out.
Okay. All right, so yeah, announcements. Monday, July 13th, 2026 at evening, new moon 5th month. Keep the new moon, whatever city, state, country you're in, to the best of your ability. NY and J, like I said, more likely than not, we probably won't be gathering. NY and J, Philly, Northeast. We have to see what's going on with the spot. With Mingle, the brother was, unalived by the cops, murdered, killed by the police after drawing down and shooting 3 of them. That was a crazy situation. So we got to see what the future. The family is probably just grieving and trying to get themselves back on track. Philly is a whole hot mess, man. It's just damn war zone out there. But yeah, so we'll, for the future feast days, we'll see, because we try to get together in the Northeast sometime. We'll see what's going on with that, or try to look for other options. August 16th, Sunday, August 16th, our 22nd annual HOI New York, New Jersey headquarters annual cookout. Colors are purple and white. Purple and white. Keep it basic. Come out there, enjoy. We got to have a separate meeting about that to set up the logistics because rest in peace, Elder Mishael. He was the one that really went out there and held things down for us to get things started. But I'm going to ask a few other brothers in the city if